I suppose we didn't actually discuss that. I thought maybe some of you would play siblings, but you know, it is actually a more real possibility. And yeah, well, we'll get to that when we get back to Brother. But yeah, I think while we wait for Mikil, we can start with that. Kamala, I'm sure you've had some time to think about that, so we'll start at the top, go down the list, starting with you.
That's pretty easy. The second part is easy. Siblings. Well, she never met her sisters since she left long ago. Her mother, well, she thinks she has a good relationship. She doesn't disobey much, and the time she, well, got to hang out with her father before he died. Well, that was she looks up to her father. She thinks like he's a great warrior. So I would say she thinks of him. She has a good relationship with both of her parents.
Okay. So Svenja doesn't have a relationship with her father. She, the story she has been told is that he died before she was born, and she has like a very close relationship with her mother. She adores her mother. She learns a lot from her mother in terms of how to manage the Jarl and the politics. I think as she discovers her bloodline Aasimar powers coming out, two things that she's starting to think about a little bit. She's starting to realize what's going on, and she's a little bit worried about how Viking villages might treat Aasimars and potentially Valkyries. So picking fights with her to see if they can get to Valhalla by defeating her. So she's a little bit worried about that, and she's also a little bit worried about how that could have happened. So as far as she understands, her mother and her father were both humans, and I don't know if she knows enough about the genetics and the history of Aasimars to know if it could be a sort of recessive gene from many generations ago, or whether there's a story that her mother is not telling her. So that's currently what's on top of her mind, but generally she's got a very close relationship with her mother.
It's very cool. I'm realizing I know a lot of these things, but none of it has actually come up in character before. So this is definitely a good question for tonight. Welcome, Hollow. We're just going through the question, which is, what is your character's relationship with their parents or siblings, if they had any? Yormund, you know.
I'd say probably Yormund's probably closer with his father than with his mother, but mostly for the sake of pestering his father for more about giants, runes, stories, because he's really fascinated by giants. But other than that, it's fairly typical parent-son relationship, especially for an only child.
Yeah. Mikil?
Mikkel's Mikkel sees his parents as both, his people who gave birth to him, but also his tutors, since he is in the branch of handicraft. They've been training him from a young age, and this, he sees them as both.
Yeah, your mother's the carpenter, right? And your father the blacksmith.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely keeping it in the family trade. How about Gorm?
Yeah, fairly similar to Mikhail. His mother is a healer and his father is a boat builder. And he's a boat building cleric. So they had a lot of influence of his life choices. He's pretty close with them.
Yes, as they say in Broadvik, the apple doesn't fall far from the sky tree. How about Ursula?
Ursula and Nilmir have always had a little bit of a strained relationship, as Nilmir has always been scared of losing Ursula and trying to keep her close and out of danger. But they love each other and they've always been pretty close. As for her father and siblings, her father died before she was born, and she doesn't have any siblings.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
so okay,
excited to.
that's we're all single children. That's why we're such a spoiled brat party.
Yeah.
Oil branch party.
Speak for yourself.
There's a name for your ship, Gorm. You can call it the spoiled brat. Someone have a recap for us tonight. As last week was a gold 5-hour session. When I looked at the time afterwards, I was like, oh, holy crap. It was a hell of a combat.
Okay, I think in one way, a hell of a combat is last time's recap.
Pretty much. I mean, that was basically like about 20 minutes. But so, I mean, yeah, has no one got a recap? It was just
That's
combat,
okay.
but
We can sort of put a bit of a story around it. So we started out arriving at the hot springs, and basically trying to work out what do we do. So Camilla tried to sneak up with a bit of invisibility to see if they can free the prisoners, and saw that they were in some sort of weird sitting on ice with their hands and feet tied together and some sort of rope going down into the ice and a whole bunch of caltrops around it with people watching them. So clearly not a good idea to go in there. We had sort of given her 30 seconds, which in hindsight might have been a bit too short. So after 30 seconds, we will sort of flank the two guards at the bottom and start the attack. And that's what started. So the two guys at the bottom, one went down fairly quickly. The other one kind of got escaped. As we were distributed all over the map, a whole bunch of other ninjas jumped out here and there, some more powerful than others. There's some spectacular close calls on the party side and on the ninja side. The dwarf that came with us got killed in a brutal way. We managed to free an elven archer and another dwarf. And we essentially just fought our way up to the top of the hill, where we were confronted with the monk that we'd been told about in the bounty. And that was an epic battle. This monk used ice magic, as we had been warned, to great effect. Ice spears, dragon breath. It was really a close call. And the battle ended essentially pretty dramatically, with 3 of the party members on the ground, busy bleeding out. And with more luck than skill, Svenja, with her last breath, having been resurrected once or twice and healed, with her last breath, managed to plunge her rapier into the monk as they both collapsed in a sort of a bloody heap in the middle of the combat field. And that's technically where we left the gameplay. And I know there's a loot list and all this sort of stuff, but it was our encounter with the ninjas was scary and near fatal. And yes, there was heroic acts by everybody in there, which I haven't made notes of. So feel free to embellish what Jorman did, Shepard, Nicole, Gorm. Everybody had a moment or two where they did spectacular stuff.
Yeah, I think that's where we'll rejoin you now, as you'll have a chance to reflect on the battle you've just had. But currently, the situation we have is that Carmilla is currently unconscious in the snow. She's breathing, but only just alive. Gorm is severely injured, having lost an eye in the battle. He's just coming to terms with that, and well, maybe not coming to terms with it, but realizing that, as a couple of you have suffered injuries, you now find yourselves around the body of this dead monk, and yeah, their tents stand empty and possibly full of all the stolen loot that your father Jormund had been saying was missing in the bounty for this woman. But that's what we'll rejoin you now. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I guess first things first. We should probably stabilize the rest of the team. It's only Camilla. Okay. Do I have?
Yeah, she is stable. She's just unconscious.
Well, in that case, you can sleep it off. I think a good idea. Yeah, actually, I want to attempt and cut off the head of the monk to showcase the kill.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, I mean, fairly easily. You've got pretty sharp blade there.
I was wondering if we should take the whole body back, actually, because the teleport is not that far away, but at the moment I don't know if we've got the capacity to actually carry a body plus all the other stuff.
On the point, it's cooler to have the head on your hilt.
Yep, fair enough.
Mikkel got like a specific attachment on his belt, like this is for hanging heads from. I mean, I've been waiting to use that.
With long enough hair.
Well, I mean, yeah, she's got this. If you look at the picture, definitely got plenty of hair. You could tie a whole new belt around your waist.
I'd rather not get more blood spattered on me.
Yeah, Gorm is like still like laying on the ground. His head is ringing. He's slowly opening his eyes, seeing that he's not seeing the same way as he used to.
Yeah, it'll take you a minute to realize what is actually wrong. But who was it that got Gorm up there? Who would you be seeing first through one eye?
I'll be seeing my detached eye on the ground and just crawling back, yelling.
Okay, so is it going to be useful to take the eye with? Svenja does a medicine check. She's got no idea. 10. Whether the extracted eye is useful.
I mean, if you want to store it in
Pull
a
that
jar.
eye out with her bare hands. With that medicine check, you can tell it is squished in her hand. It does not look like you could put it back. I mean, if you had the means to somehow reattach that, you probably have the means for regeneration. And Svenja, you of all people would specifically know that, hey, like Odin gave an eye for knowledge. Being one-eyed could actually could have its benefits in this society, not physically, but based on the legend.
Yes, true. He's going to have to teach Gorm other ways to flirt because winking is not going to do it for him.
He's not a cyclops.
He is now.
I'm currently screaming on the ground, coming to this realization, and you guys are cracking Cyclops jokes already. Nice.
And man, we've been
Fine.
friends since we were like toddlers.
It's fine, Gorm. I'll make you a dapper eye patch made of dragon scales.
Look, I've seen Gorm nearly die many times. I know that when he's nearly dead, he doesn't say anything.
Including now.
That is better than losing an eye. He'll just make his way like towards the tree he created and just tilt his head a bit. Like he lost the left eye because it didn't specify. So I'm just saying it's the left eye. So he's like looking a bit to the left so he can see the entire tree slowly going down.
Yeah, I'll say, as this is your first time trying to do this, you can give me a dexterity save, or yeah, actually athletics or acrobatics with disadvantage. Then. Yeah, you take it slowly, but you manage to get down the tree all right. It's definitely going to take some getting used to, though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's all head to the tents. We should probably rest here a bit before heading back.
Yeah, speaking of which, you are at a waypoint now, basically. So, if you were to actually take a rest here, you know that you've cleared the danger. That one ninja that got away, you've killed all his friends, so he's probably not coming back. But Gorm, as you kind of go into that tent, you will notice that it is actually on top of one of these pools, and you will notice that in the middle of the tent there is like a hole cut in the ice with steam rising out of it, as like it seems they've used whatever ice powers they had there to actually turn this into like a little hot tub, um, and just it is actually quite nice in here. You can see around the sides of the tent is all kinds of loot. All the stuff that is in that loot chat is in these two tents, and it is just piled up as it looks like this was their sort of haul. But the idea with the waypoint is that you would rest for usually 1 day and 1 night. So if you want to basically spend the rest of the day here, spend the night, and then make your next move tomorrow morning, you guys could take that full rest. And yeah, I mean, Gorm definitely seems like he could use it.
That probably sounds good.
Yeah, that we can definitely do that.
Yeah, I like that. So I think part of the time Svenja would like to sort of investigate the caltrops and the prison and see if she can work out how the holes and the stuff works. She's trying to figure out why they had that particular configuration. She's assuming that breaking the ice means that all the prisoners immediately get executed or something like that, but she would like to have a look at that and I don't know, maybe see if the caltrops are useful to sort of gather up and take with.
Yeah, you can give me an investigation check as you start checking those things out. As there is basically already a camp made here, and your camper is currently occupied, you guys will basically automatically succeed a basic camp making check. So you've got everything set up. But if there's anything else you want to add or prepare, like if you want to try light a fire or something like that, let me know.
Can I? Like, it's not a camp action. We'll try to cook, but the loot is in the tent. Will I? I assume I found the map case with the map itself.
yeah, I mean, all of that stuff is scattered around there. So you can tell me what it was you found if that's what you're looking at. Then yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for the map and I want to like open it and see if I like try to recognize where it is.
So yeah, taking a look at that map, it would be quite different from maps that you've looked at before, like just in very different style. But you would see that it is basically a map they were using to plot a route on a ship, and it has basically a detailed line taking you from the sort of western coast of Mordia to down to Kiga, and with parts of the Iranian Empire in the middle. It looks like they went up to the right and around, like past Vizier all the way to Mordia. So yeah, you've got, this is almost like a full world map that they've got here, but it is like a vertical scroll, that basically a vertical slice of that map.
Okay.
Okay, so how do I take Svenja's rotating aura thingy off her? I need training, clearly.
I will, yeah.
Okay, see, it looks like it's just a light config at 00 and see what that looks like. Done.
Okay, perfect.
So long as no one else wants to do anything with them, I'll gather up the bodies and burn them, just giving them a proper send off. Apart from the main girl, of course.
Well, I like that idea because I was actually wondering whether she would be a brave fighter to go into Valhalla, but assuming that she's not from here, that might not be her custom.
I mean, she definitely went down fighting. By Norse standards. She earned a place in Valhalla there against you, but yeah, probably a good idea. Where are you going to set up the pyre?
Are we down bottom left?
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can start moving the bodies over there.
And I guess the only other activity during camping would be a morale check. I think if we can find some wine or spirits or something, Svenja would make absolutely sure that part of the meal that's getting cooked is drinking songs and jokes and recapping and just celebrating the victory. So she will do everything she can to make it an awesome celebration and evening as part of the morale check thing.
Yeah, so actually I realized I've been doing the morale checks wrong. You can actually, when you rest at a waypoint, you can actually get morale back. So yeah, for the next expedition, we'll hopefully get that right. But for now, yes, you can absolutely do that. Actually, can you give me a performance check for those, please, Svenja? And also, what was your investigation?
It was 18.
Okay, so when you were taking a look into the caltrops and this trap, or where the prisoners were tied, you will take a look into the holes and you'll realize that they were tied to like a bunch of rocks at the bottom of the pool, that they had tied both of the prisoners to the same rock there. So if one had gotten up, they would have pulled the other in, and vice versa. But because of the way you guys cut the ropes, they were both released from the things weighing them down there. Yeah, it doesn't seem like maybe even the best way of keeping someone restrained, but Maybe it's a foreigner thing.
Who knows what they're thinking? Okay, so it's a 24 on the performance check.
Oh yeah, you absolutely keep the spirits high. I will. Yeah. Who are you? Sorry, what, what does that look like?
So she's getting used to this lyre that she found in the underwater cave. So she's, I guess she's doing a bit of a combination of old favorites, drinking songs, and maybe trying a couple of verses that she's about fight against the dragon. So a blend of sort of serious heroics plus funny moments plus. So about what has happened in the last 2 or 3 days. And, I don't know what, Camilla the elk rider, because Camilla has finally managed to get a 60-foot elk that we could all ride on. So hopefully she's got that out of her system. So she'd be, a bit of stand-up comedy, improv, and a bit of just poetry recitation accompanied by the she's not really a singing kind of person, or sort of a poemy kind of person. But yeah, by the time later at night, if people have had a couple of mugs of ale or whatever, they get a little rowdish, they just do some drinking songs, whatever Vikings do when they get drunk. Fight or sing. So she's going for the sing thing.
Awesome. Also, Camilla, you will have woken up by this point, and I mean, it would have probably taken you about half an hour or so after the fight, but eventually you do come to just lying in the snow.
Then there's only one thing to do. Find the commander, the woman in yellow, and just snack on her.
It's kind of macabre.
By the time you wake up, she's already gone, as Ursula's dragged the body off.
I'm not burning her since we kind of need her body.
No, we just need a
You-
head.
But did you take her head already?
Yeah,
All right then.
you've been carrying a corpse without a head.
I don't know. Someone said they wanted to carry the whole body.
That was Svenja, but we should stay away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Besides, it looks
And yeah, it's
cooler.
not going to argue with the Yeoman holding a sharp knife. So
I don't have a knife.
Oh,
I'm nowhere near the body.
oh
Yeah, Mikhail was the one taking the head, but he has got it now, and yeah, Ursula, you'll say you've just moved the body into the rest of the pyre to, also just dispose of all of these bodies that you guys have scattered all around. Actually, I think we're missing one. There we go. Forgot about the one shepherd. Okay, so yeah, Ursula, once you have set up this pyre, I mean, you guys, this will take a while, so you guys will all have been able to either help or have seen this being made. So you're welcome to join here. But Ursula, what are you doing with the pyre? Are you going to say anything or do anything in particular tonight?
I just, basic, may you feast well in Valhalla or something, and light it on fire.
Maya Manine Melanin.
Sure, you can give me a religion check to see if the gods will hear you.
I assist with that. So help action to give advantage.
Sure, yeah, we'll say part of your performance is also sort of hear some funeral songs kind of. with an 18, as the bodies begin to burn and the smoke starts to rise into the sky, you will hear the caw of a raven that flies over you and seems to fly away. Svenja, you probably would have noticed earlier in the day that they were circling around the hot springs, but once this fire has lit, they fly away with the smoke. There's two of them.
Okay. She's making a note of all of these. Raven, you see?
If it's relevant, the smoke is going to the south, and that's the direction they fly as well. But yeah, you guys managed to burn the bodies, and you've got a camp to settle into. Is anyone else doing anything to set up the camp or do anything while you're camping here?
I will try to cook a meal. It is early in the day, if I recall correctly, yeah. And we still have another full day to be here.
Yeah. At this point, are you? Has anyone helped you, or have you sort of bandaged up your own wound by this point?
Yeah, I'll make a check actually to bandage it myself.
Yeah.
Happy to assist with that as well. Do I have? No, I don't have medicine proficiency actually. So half proficiency. Probably
12,
more dangerous than useful.
Well, I mean, if you just kind of wrap a bandage around your head and kind of do some very basic first aid, I'll say you can give him advantage on that, the help action.
So that's a 15.
Okay, yeah, I'll say 15 is enough to, for now, it's definitely going to need some proper medical attention, or that is going to need to be changed often. But yeah, you look like that guy from 300 when he gets sent home from the army. You know? It's not looking good for Gorm right now, but enough that you're not going to get smoke in the eye socket as you start cooking. You can make a check for that as well. Yeah, what do you make?
Just a basic meal. Nothing fancy. I'll save the better materials to feast during the. I assume we're going home after this one. That's why I'm not going to waste any of the dragon meat.
Yeah, I think going home is a good thing.
I'm in agreement.
A whole bunch of loot and stuff to split out and share, and there is the tricky conversation that we need to have with Ulfield's parents.
With a DC of 8, I succeed.
Yeah, as you are cooking this up, and everyone sort of comes down and comes in for the meal. Those of you that were standing outside, you will notice that the snow starts coming down harder than before, as the wind is picking up and beginning to howl through the trees. Anyone that might be aware of this, you can give me a survival check. Yeah, the reserve.
Let's see. Oh. Oh.
17 and 20. That seems to be the two rolls we got between the party. Oh no, there's a 15.
Yeah, even the 15, all of you will be able to recognize that this is a blizzard on its way, and yeah, there's a good chance if you were to travel now today, it would not go well, as you know it's going to be pretty packed when you leave again, but you may have to wait out the blizzard before heading out again. Luckily, you have got the whole day and a whole night. Yeah, so awesome.
How convenient that we weren't planning on leaving anyway.
So these blizzards could go a couple of days, can't they? Or is it usually like a overnighty thing?
Well, yeah, it's usually these kinds of it would just be like an overnight thing, but it can last quite a while, and the longer it lasts, the more snow you're going to have to trudge through wherever you headed next. But speaking of which, are you guys going to plan where you're heading next? It sounds like you guys are planning on heading home.
Yeah, I think we're heading home. Well, so just Blizzard, in case you're having some survival checks up your sleeve, would like to make sure how much firewood the camp has, and if we need to quickly try and gather some more before the blizzard properly hits. So staying warm through the blizzard is essentially the first check, and then yeah, it's.
Well,
Did we say we're going to go back to the elf show?
With the survival checks, because you guys actually rolled quite high, I'll say when you see the blizzard coming, you do exactly that, and you go and make sure you're ready to actually hunker down and into this, and you've got enough. As yeah, they did have a fair bit of firewood supplied, but not much, as these people seem to use the cold as part of their magic. Though, yeah, as you guys sort of get ready for that, you will know that inside these tents, it is quite warm because of the hot spring underneath. It's actually quite a comfortable place to sit in, but you are sitting on ice. There are some bed rolls that were laid out here, but it is, yeah, I mean, it's a strange place to be spending the night, but
Kiruna Ice Hotel.
No, it's comfier than that, definitely. It's an igloo, but it is. I mean, if you picture more like a Mongolian sort of a tent, there's like a lot of furs and things like that to keep you warm in here.
So, do you guys want to go? I mean, on the big map, is it closer to go down to the Tree People teleport or back to the Elk Throne, which I think was a couple of hours away?
The Fairy Throne is definitely closer. I wouldn't mind going over to the west either, but seems like most of you want to go back home.
Yeah, I think we should just go to the Fairy Throne.
All right.
Okay, so just as a thought, going back home, what we didn't do, I guess because it wasn't a proper real thing, is we never
Sylvan, Old Dwarfendor, and whatever it is, and we never saw Obelisk the Tormentor.
Yeah. So we didn't get any sort of Illfield's axe or anything to take back to her parents. So we have a suspected death in the caves because we never actually saw the body. So what is our story for their parents if we're going home? For her parents?
Easy. It's easy. Like, what happened was Orfield seeing the creatures in the cave couldn't bring themselves to like leave potential training bodies to starve, and therefore decided to stay and become like their protector and forager, and that's how she left.
But
okay. Sorry, I think I interrupted you.
So is that right?
Can you guys see the map now? Sorry.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Seen that
Okay.
for a while.
So yeah, it's much of a muchness in terms of distance, a little bit further to the Sylvan Temple, but obviously you don't know if there's a tree there. You know that the other teleport is at the tree houses, and you can see there are a number of rivers between you and the Sylvan Temple. But in the other direction, you know what's along that path. So yeah, up to you.
Well, I say straight to the fairy throne and home.
Yeah, once the blizzard has passed.
Just throw him some money, then Bobby Kotick just makes it go away.
Well, if there are no objections, I guess that's our plan.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm just checking here. What's it gonna do? Yeah, so I suppose while you guys are resting here, first of all, you will be able to get a long rest over this time. Also, yeah, everyone give me a morale save. We'll stick to the way we were doing it for now, but you will have advantage on that because Svenja's been keeping you all entertained.
That's just a sanity check, right?
Sanity, yeah.
I'm finding myself.
Oh god.
Here in that one.
That's a critical
Yep.
fail. That means you've taken sanity damage.
It wasn't with the advantage though, so I'm rolling again once it actually loads.
Yeah, it's it's just frozen for a sec.
Yeah, it's the same here. I was like, am I the only one that is like having this like insane lag?
I think it just might have been the nat one, like whatever it's meant to do.
The vine boom just kind of.
I think the confetti mod just
there we
fucks it
go.
up.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mine
so I think
is
the world map is rather large, so just be patient. I'm sure they'll catch up now. Okay, there we go. Seeing something come in.
Boop boop. What the fuck?
Oh, you start. Holy shit! Talk about bad luck.
Did you just roll 2 nat ones?
Yes.
You did.
wow. That is skill.
I think, to be fair, Carmela, you had been. They'd just kind of leave you in the snow. So when you woke up, it was probably like nearing frostbite, like a hypothermia or something. So now, yeah, these hot springs are a welcome addition to the camp. But you are quite ready to go home.
Yes, I have business at the fairy throne. I'm not gonna go before that.
They do see that luck is also a skill. Does that mean Camilla has no skill within luck?
This is not Call of Cthulhu.
You
Like-
can say it's a skill.
Well,
Yeah, it's a skill issue.
I'm not gonna use all my luck points on that, man. Like, I'm fine with that because like 2 nat ones is actually a good thing in Call of Cthulhu. That means like
Okay, we're not playing Call of
Yeah, we're
Cthulhu.
not playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, let's not wake the old one in this game too, please. Please He's
10
not
years
yet.
too early.
But there was another one that was flat-footed. I see Ursula.
I think
But then
there's
she
a
got
big
an 18.
difference.
Ugh.
Okay, so I guess we've got. You can also do some expedition activities, as you have got like a full day here to recuperate and do all your things. Is there anything anyone else wants to do? Remember, you can see the expedition activities in the
Yes,
journal
there
there.
it is.
Hang on.
Go to expedition rules and expedition activities.
Probably want to make sure we have enough food before the blizzard sets in, so I'd go look for food.
Well,
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is stuff like hunting and foraging, and that is often a lot easier to do at a waypoint than while you're walking. So yeah, you can definitely try and make those kinds of roles work. What are you are you foraging or hunting?
Foraging
Shepherd
gets
and
you medicine stuff, right? So hunting.
well, Shepherd and Normand could do that.
I'm just gonna hunt too. I guess I could give you advantage with that.
We could just do independent hunts.
Okay, I was going to bring something up about this. For tonight, I've got a challenge for all of you. Every time you can yes and, I'll pay you your character 5 gold. Okay? I don't want to hear everyone trying to do shit on their own. Whole point of this is that the person who takes the role can ask the people with expertise to help them do a thing. So get involved, get everyone working together. This is a team game.
I just would have thought if we did it independently, we might have got more rations.
The ruling about that is if you do it, well, actually, it's usually disadvantage if you're. Actually, it's on the move. Never mind. Ignore what I'm saying.
So you can say, okay, you go hunt down that way, I'm going down this way, but I'm just saying it's you guys are still working together to go and hunt food for the group. So don't try and go off and do it on your own. Like still work together in that. Discuss it like that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, then if we want to go hunting, just for the sake of advantage, if we're going to go 2 separate ways, you might want to take someone else with you. So what's everyone else planning on doing?
So hang on a second. Let me just check timelines here. So this is the day after the second day, basically. So we're sleeping 2 nights, or this is before we actually sleep? Because before we
I
sleep,
think
we were sort of low on hit points.
we've already taken
Okay.
long rest, so it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now it's like the evening, so you'd be going just before sundown kind of thing.
Okay. So
And by
if
this point,
anybody
you'd
is
be feeling
going,
better again. Yeah.
okay, if anybody's going down towards the sort of south part where we came into the hot springs for hunting, Svenja would quite happily go ahead and just look for shortcuts and stuff in that area to see if there's now that we know where it comes out, if there's a faster way to get back to the throne tomorrow. But can I do that with the hunter? You're going out anyway, I'll go with you and try and be quiet and see if I can help you. But also just look for shortcuts or maps or something that gives us an edge tomorrow to get back.
Yeah,
Because
if you're
the
going with
blizzard will
Ursula,
dump a lot of snow.
Yeah, if you're going with Ursula, she's the navigator, and if you're going with Yormund, and it's like the scout is over there. So either way, yeah, you can definitely kill 2 birds with 1 stone like that. Assume you're going with Ursula then.
Yeah, we'll go with Ursula, and she will promise holding a.
What am I promising?
No, Svenja is promising to try and be. She knows that could be annoying sometimes.
Cool.
Okay, so I'd like the hunters here. I'll just need one roll from each group, but to please give me a survival check. Just looking for DC.
That's with
Yeah,
advantage because Svenja's helping.
yeah. So we'll assume like Svenja is helping Ursula, or Ursula is helping Svenja, and Shepard's helping Gorm. I mean, or Yorm and the other way around.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, very nice. As then, can you both roll a D100 for me? Okay, Yormund, unfortunately, with this blizzard going on, you cannot find anything. You're searching, but eventually you have to turn back. It is just most of the animals are hibernating. Like it is slim pickings here in the middle of winter. Ursula, you guys, however, you don't find any game, but you do find some fresh ingredients. You do find a couple of like bushels of various just common ingredients, and then in that you will actually find 2 dead rabbits. I just realized fresh ingredients is actually meat, but it's basically you're not sure what killed these things, but there's enough to salvage basically 1 fresh ingredient. That's all you guys are finding out here. It's slim pickings.
Are we sure these are safe to eat?
You can give another survival check, or yeah, I mean just a perception to sniff it, but a survival to figure out whether it's actually good to eat. Okay, so smelling it, it doesn't really smell much of anything. You realize as you pick it up that it's almost frozen solid already, and yeah, you both kind of look at each other like, I don't know, something else already tried to eat this and didn't finish it off, but hey, it looks like it's been refrigerated. Doesn't smell bad.
I was just going to blame it on the chef if it doesn't work.
Yeah. May as well keep it.
Okay, so yeah, you guys have when you guys eventually make your way back, yeah, the hall is essentially 1 meal's worth of rabbit. And you were searching for a shortcut, then yeah, about that. So, what is the check for that? I think maybe investigation or survival.
I don't think it actually says, but for investigation. So that's a 19.
Okay, yeah. So, search for a shortcut that will definitely succeed, and you will manage to find a shortcut, a slightly better path through the woods that you will be able to essentially travel at fast pace tomorrow. However, because of if the blizzard is still going, it means you guys will be able to continue at a normal pace instead of going completely slow. So this, yeah, you may be able to counteract as there's quite a thick canopy of like pine trees that you find that you can go through, and they aren't too badly affected by the blizzard. So maybe it'll be easier to go through there. Yeah. So you guys will be able to move fine through the blizzard if it continues tomorrow, but by the time you guys are getting back, it's starting to get dark.
So mid-afternoonish.
Yeah, no, at this point, forgetting about that. Yeah, so when you get back, it is dark. You were hunting at sunset, and you come back by realizing that, okay, this blizzard's actually getting a bit much. We're going to get lost out here if we don't turn back.
Yeah, which in a sense actually rules make sense. Most creatures don't go out when there's blizzard; they just hunker down and stay the hell away from anything. Cool.
This makes it safer for us.
Indeed. So this hot springs are both tents. They have the same bar. It's just a feeling.
Yeah, they both seem to have that hole in the ice. But you did see that they probably did that with magic. Ursula, you know, you would probably be able to like patch up one of those holes pretty easily if you wanted.
I'm just kind of wondering if it's capable of sort of bathing and washing off the blood and dirt and everything, or whether Svenja thinks it's going to be better to go back to Brown and just arrive there filthy and dirty and take the glory of that and then go.
I mean, that's up to you. It definitely would work as a bath, though, if you wanted.
As always, prestidigitation to help clean.
No, so I think she will actually take a bath. Think about.
The digitation, I think, only works on your clothes. So at some point, you do still need to wash.
Yeah, unfortunately, it only works on. But she also wants to just sort of sit in something nice and hot in days, and especially by conversation she might want to have with other. So this is how she processes, and this is where. But okay, enough of that role play around camping. I'm done for that, I think, for myself.
Yeah, you definitely have some stories to tell when you get back to Bradovik. Anyone else want to do anything over the night, or shall we move forward to the following one?
I'll just be chilling in the hot springs with her.
I'll, like, when I'm about to go to sleep, I'll ask for Camilla to help me change the bandages around my eye.
I'm gonna attempt to figure out the
She
logistics of
will
dog
help
armor.
you.
Say again, Mika.
I want to figure out like the logistics of dog armor. Like, at least attempt to come up with some plans.
Dog
Oh.
armor.
Dog armor, bottom
Yeah,
tip.
you can give me give me a history check. It's intelligence, mate.
Yeah.
If you are talking about that, definitely do one.
That is. Oof.
Let's see. Yeah, not much better. 14 for Svenja. She doesn't. I don't know what 14 means. Does she remember dog armor or stories about armor? No.
Well, I imagine it's probably not the first time Mikhail sort of looked into this, so you guys may have discussed it briefly before, and you would remember that dog armor is usually you would call it a bridle. I think I'm rolling low on my history check, but yeah, a bridle is definitely something that you could make. But as for like coming up with new creative ideas about it, Svenja, you might have some, but Mikhail, they don't sound practical at all. It's, you know,
How big is Shepherd? Is he like the size of a pony? Goat.
Well, he's a wolf.
actually,
He's,
That's like twice as big.
Yorm, Yorman, give me a perception check actually as Svenja asks you that question. But yeah, sorry, Karen.
Oh, 14.
You look at the shepherd, like, yeah, his wolf is pretty big, but shepherd's getting like really big. He's, you know, I mean, it's still regular kind of wolf size, but he's been growing fast.
Sorry, but my internet died for a brief moment, and the last thing I heard you say was when you look at Shepherd.
Okay, you would notice that he's gotten quite big. Like he's growing fast. He's definitely no longer the pup you guys once knew, and he's like, you look at him, really big enough for a dwarf to ride almost.
Then
so real data says a wolf is about can stand up to. It's almost 3 feet tall. So it's shoulder height for a dwarf, basically.
This is easily he's also a winter wolf, and it is easily taller than a dwarf.
Then could I? Well, because like I'd imagine wolves aren't meant to be still growing at this stage because it's been what 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. So can I make like a nature or survival or like medicine check just to see?
Yeah,
Maybe
absolutely. Any of those, I think nature make the most sense. But any of those, you just...
Oh my God, he's confirming the Kiga superstition. Sexual organs of dragons will make you big.
And quickly, just back to earlier, I feel like Yeoman would have actually participated in talking about the dog armor, so can.
Yeah, well, we'll say as part of this, you start going, you know, you keep thinking about how you would make armor to fit on Shepherd, but he's growing ridiculously fast lately. You think there's a good chance it's like all the combat you've been having. You thought at first maybe it was just, you know, he'd been getting a lot of exercise, but he's definitely growing larger. And you think, like, maybe it's all the testicles he's been consuming lately and ripping off of people or something. But yeah, this dog looks like it's on steroids. It is not a regular wolf for sure, but you do know that winter wolves can get pretty big. They can at least become large creatures. So you're now starting to realize that shepherd might actually grow a lot bigger than you thought.
I wonder if there's any... Potentially. I wonder if there's any household magic that just allows the armor to resize to its wearer. Probably ask my dad when we get back to Broadwick.
You would know most magical armor actually has that. Like once you attune to a set of magical armor, it fits itself to your proportions.
I'll have to make it magical, right?
I mean, to be fair, like I don't know if this is an excuse like mechanically in D&D, but a lot of armor is like adjustable, and if you make it mostly out of like leather and manage to just attach plates to leather rigging, it makes it pretty easy to adjust for size.
Let's
But
see
I'm not
what
sure if
sort.
that'd actually work in D&D.
Have you ever seen those like little jackets that people put on their dogs? Those, like pajamas. Now imagine you got one for a dachshund, but you've got a husky. That's the situation I think it's trying to avoid. because yeah, you are right. I mean, there are plenty of straps and whatnot that you would be able to change, but at the rate that Shepard is growing, yeah, I mean, you guys all know the stories of Fenrir, and it does seem like that kind of trajectory lately.
I think the best option is giant magic, technically.
Oh my god, I genuinely
Meta
thought you were
wise.
just about to say just kill Shepard. Like,
You can always rate him.
I can check to see what sort of materials I have once we get back to Broadway.
hmm.
But I think we'll end noting I'll try and make some magical armor for little Shepherd.
I'll be willing to try and help you make it actually magical while you just make it armor.
I just need some arcane essence, I'm pretty sure.
So wait, so what is arcane essence?
When you kill a creature, you can gather materials from it. One of the materials is arcane essence, but it's usually from creatures a bit on a higher level.
I'm pretty sure you can also just craft it.
Yeah, a spellcaster can make one essence in 5 days, making arcane, primal, or divine, depending on the type of caster they are.
So I think I can make. Oh wait, arcane is not me. I'm divine.
Let's see, what do I need to make something magical? I need 2 common arcane and 2 uncommon arcane.
The
I think you can
uncommon would be a
probably
lot.
make arcane kill.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but can you make an uncommon arcane?
Yeah, that would be hard to get at this level, but you can craft it if we have uncommon reagents. I don't know if we do though.
I mean, we also, well, for one, my dad's a merchant. Two, we also just got a lot of stuff, some of which is magical. Maybe we can
No.
recycle. You shut up. This
3. My dad is the town's blacksmith. Surely he's got some shit lying around.
true.
I will say, for crafting magical items, a lot of the time to get those kinds of ingredients, it's like depending on the item you're trying to make and the magical effect you're trying to produce, you might need to go and find that. Like, it might be like, okay, that only grows in this certain area of the woods, or like there's a specific creature that their skin is going to be able to turn into this. So it's like, depending on what you're trying to make, you might be able to actually go on a quest to find the reagent, the specific thing that you need.
Right.
We can definitely go on a quest for dog armor. I do see that there's reagents and essences in the party resources, but they don't specify what rarity they are. Does that mean they're just common?
Yeah, I don't think we found anything above that.
Hey, Yesenia would probably go on any quest to go magical shit. Like that's her addiction spot right there.
For now, at least like when we get back, I don't think Shepard's growing as at the rate of like he'll need a new set of normal armor every week. He can have just like a basic set of, I don't know, chain, just for the time being, like the next couple months, and then we can recycle it once we actually have stuff for his magical armor, if we get that.
I mean, we did also gain a lot of money, so like we could try and see if we can buy some or get your dad to order some.
My dad ordered.
Yeah, we have
Do
a
you
shit
think?
ton of money, like 2,600 each.
I mean, he's
Some
not
of
like.
it belongs to the city, the town itself.
Yeah, there's also not like a wholesaler that's he's just
Well,
ordering
no-
from. He's
no
just going
shit.
around the place.
Procure some, right? You get what I mean. Regardless, we'll see once we get back to Rorvik.
To order some.
Yes.
He'll send one of his ravens to the dwarves in fucking where are they? Stormer.
Well, if you want trick armor, you really just need Loki to do something. But
Yeah, I'll just casually get one of the gods to give me armor.
Yeah.
You're saying all this stuff sarcastically, but you realize this is D&D, and that's all very, very possible.
Sure, but I'm also like acting in character because like Yorman would
No,
never
I'm just saying,
believe.
like, I just want to make sure you know that, like, in character, that kind of shit does happen. It might be like, oh, okay, wow, magic users, but still, it, you've heard stranger stories.
actually, so
Yeah,
in
maybe
character,
from Storm was a bit
Svenja's
far.
so Svenja's listening to Yormund in character talk. Makes a note to herself that whenever there's an owl near, she's just going to step like 10 feet away from it. She does not want to be covered in rats.
Bastard.
Yeah, no self-preservation. If Shepard comes to bite me, it's unlikely that I'll be able to calm down the time. So, fireside banter. She's like,
And you would also
Sure.
know that having Shepard with you is probably the main reason why you haven't encountered any wolves on your journey. It's like you have the smell of a pack that is generally a good, keeps you safe out in these forests.
And I would have assumed Shepard would have also been busy marking his territory on our journey.
Yeah, it seems like there's a whole other pack around here. So, yeah, Shepard tends to have that effect on other wolves.
wait, you just said Svenja smells like a bitch, didn't you?
I mean, not unless Shepard was peeing on your sleeping bag. It is now almost 9 in the morning as the sun is finally starting to peek its way through the clouds. And as you guys come out in the morning, you will notice that the blizzard has not stopped entirely, but it has lessened in its severity a little bit. You guys know that hiking through this is still without having actual cold weather clothes like some of you bought yet. It could be quite difficult to get through, but yeah, getting back to the fairy throne should probably take you the rest of the day. Well, you should be able to get there by mid-afternoon. So, is that the direction you're going to be heading out?
I think that's what we agreed on.
Yep.
Mhm.
Then Ursula, can
No,
you give me a navigation check? Sorry, Commander, what were you saying?
not directly home. I have business at the fairy throne.
Well, luckily the port is right there, so
Do you have advantage from Svenja from looking like for shortcuts on the day before?
I think that just means we don't get a
Uh,
movement speed penalty.
yeah.
It means you can. Usually, it would mean that you can travel at fast pace, but the blizzard has slowed you down, so this cancels it out. You can travel at normal pace.
Oh, okay.
But are you guys going to try and travel normally, or are you going to try slog slowly through the snow and try and avoid any predators?
That's such a leading question.
Predators are just food. So no reason to avoid food.
unless you become the food.
Well,
we can
not
always
if-
sacrifice Jormund.
I'd rather sacrifice you.
yeah, I don't know where you get this idea that I'm the disposable one.
You didn't do anything the last fight.
Because of your disrespect for the gods. You must be sacrificed to them.
Alright, well, get past this fucking wolf.
Ooh. Challenge accepted. So Svenja is going to
Animal
Shepherd.
friendship.
Sorry,
Do
Yeah,
you
no,
lost.
not Shepherd. I'm going to try and scratch Shepherd behind the ears and see if I can make him fall over to have his erupt. So what is that? Animal handling. Let's see how it goes. Not great. 11. Shepherd's not interested in Svenja's.
He tolerates it, but doesn't react.
Shepard
She's
doesn't
going
understand the argument that's going on. He's just normal. He's used to you giving him a scratch behind the ear every now and then.
So Svenja is going to embark on a specific campaign to give him treatment.
There's
Sweet.
like one person here that, well, the one thing that's going to benefit here is actually Shepard.
Oh, hell yeah.
He deserves it.
Either way, Shepard gets snacks.
Yeah, definitely want a large ice wolf on mice. Well, at least broadly happy to see me. So, Camilla, what do you want to do at the Elven Throne? The Fairy Throne?
You'll see once we get there.
That doesn't sound very well.
We see. So Sonia is now rested and she's her usual chirpy self and curious. She's going to bug Camilla and try and fish out of her so she can see if what she can. Camilla gets. So Camilla, you saying she's just brushing her off and ignoring. But okay, so that's the party banter, I guess. The snow. Yeah, messing with Yorma's dog and Percival and nagging about Camilla's ears about what do you like that.
So if you really must know, I'm just gonna ask about the greatest warrior. That's all.
Say more.
You know, if she wants to get tied down by trees again, I think we shouldn't kink shame.
But the greatest warrior ever, or just the greatest warrior in the group?
On?
Camilla, I'm kind of curious. You wanted to ask about the greatest warrior?
Well,
But
anyway,
let's get
I think we're traveling at normal pace, so does 16 get us?
Yeah, you're heading in the right direction as you guys all make your way out. Yeah, the shortcut, thankfully, is going to take you over the river that you got. It's well, the last river that you went over last time. So you managed to get at least halfway by this point, and we'll update the time. But you guys are sort of in the middle of the forest as you are hiking. Is there anything you'd like to do while you're on the trail, on this trail? Not much of a trail, but you know.
Yeah, I'll have me and Shepard can scout ahead, just make sure nothing's in the way, or at least if there is, you know.
Yeah, you can do that. Give me the perception or survival. Yes. I think, yeah, I keep forgetting what these rolls are, but you guys know what they should be for your rolls by now?
One for Yorman and one for Shepard, or just either with
Yeah,
advantage?
or one at advantage.
Actually, we'll give Shepard a go. Shepherd
Okay, yeah.
24.
So a shepherd will give a good look out, and as you are heading along, will kind of snarl every now and then at some creatures in the forest, but you'll see there are not actually many to snarl at. It is relatively quiet as you make your way back towards the fairy throne. You do see Shepherd barking at one point at seemingly nothing, and you realize that you are getting close. He's probably barking at more of those pixies.
Seems clear.
Okay, so as he's starting to bark, can we kind of keep an eye out to see if we can see these pixies? So maybe slow down a little bit and become a little attentive. We now know what they may look like and
Well, I
listen out for
mean-
voices and stuff.
Didn't you see them with Seen Visibility a couple sessions ago?
You're the only one that's actually laid eyes on them, Fenya, as they tend to remain invisible.
Okay. Hmm.
Are you going to use that again to take a look around for them?
I'm just doing a check. I don't think I've got permanent. I think it's got a time limit. So Foundry is being deliciously slow right now in bringing up stats. See invisibility. Oh, the spell. And I'm sorry, I don't have the data. Let me just check how long that lasts. It's probably an hour. So
Wasn't it
when
10
we
minutes?
get close. Let me see invisibility. I'm going to go with 10 minutes. There we go. Duration 1 hour. So when we kind of get closer, we will sort of activate that, put the helm on, activate the spooky eyes, and just keep an eye out.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you were waiting to about an hour away, you would basically get to the river, the next river that you will need to cross. And we'll simplify it a little bit this time with just a group acrobatics or athletics check to make your way across. But when you get there and you realize, you remember that you're close, you'll activate that and you will notice that there are a couple of them just in the trees, walking along the branches. It seems like they're just going about their days. You see some of them carrying bundles of snow. You're not sure what they're actually doing, but they just seem to be working in the trees doing pixie things.
Unmute. I think Svenja would kind of, if one of them notices it, she'd just kind of wave at them so that they know that she can see them. Continue.
Yeah, they would kind of scatter like birds if any of them notice you, but you would see as you get closer and closer, you might see something else. But let's see if you guys make it across the river first. So just that acrobatics or athletics check, please.
And I'll be using my safe water to help, of course.
Yeah, you can give yourself advantage on.
Okay, I'm sorry, everything has frozen for me. We're trying to cross the river.
Yeah, so it's just a group athletics or acrobatics, whatever works better for you.
Yeah, I'll do the good old fashioned sliding on my shield to the other side. Worked 2 out of 2 times. Not this time.
Oh, wait. Yeah, the perception you're still trying to get used to. Though, with the group, let's see. Is that everyone?
No, we're missing
Yeah,
Sorry.
2 people.
my roll's still not coming through. It's
Yours has. That was a 9.
Okay.
tell you what.
Oh no.
Maybe I
Reload this
just shouldn't have.
Holy shit, those rolls are shit.
You rolled 2 nat ones.
That doesn't matter.
Man, this game. Okay, so is that everyone now? Have we got nothing in your name? Mikhail, what do you roll?
I just rolled. I got a 14.
Shepard didn't roll.
Did Shepard need to?
Can't do better. Can't do worse than German.
Oh shit. Sorry guys. My batteries have run low, so my power should be back on any minute. But I think as we go across here, let's just take a 5-minute break as we see what happens as you guys are making your way across, and then the ice starts to crack underneath you again. But yeah, 5-minute break, and then we will see what happens.
Okay.
What a fucking weird way to word it. Generate.
Yeah,
It doesn't seem to connotate anything else. Like it just says, okay, half of third casters will generate essence at 1/2 or 1/3 of their character level.
like
What?
if you're a health caster, it means you can never make like very rare essence because you need to be like level 22. That's how I understood it, at least.
Mm-hmm.
That's gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think the double the time is more viable, but I don't know. It's not very clear what it says.
I think
I
we should.
feel like it's pretty clear.
Well,
Well,
It's not the double time thing, but it means that the health caster can never make anything above a uncommon essence.
Yeah, it seems purposeful.
Yeah,
What is-
makes sense to me as well.
I'm gonna speak with Debbie about this because that's gay.
Like the same way a half caster can never cast a spell higher than 5th level.
Fair enough.
I see your logic and constitutes it with my own.
yeah.
This means you got to make a friend with a real spellcaster.
Or I could like multi-class like 1 level in. Actually, no, I can't even do
That's
that.
not how that works.
Yeah, I can't even do that.
You need to put 2 levels into it.
No.
Well, I mean, I guess let me just check here. You do know.
We got a new time wizard now. 2 levels into wizard.
God.
God. Which one?
Mordiacon arc.
What?
Hey, man,
Mordiacon.
I'll use exactly the same maps. You never ended up going to GigaCon, so sure, it was Mordiacon the whole time. Yeah, no, please, no time travel. It's hurt my brain.
So now we need to learn about third power math, which is even more complex.
Third power maths.
Oh.
But like.
It's like what third edition ran on. It was glorious.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about like
All
X to the
dysfunction.
power of 3.
Also that.
Bro, if I have to start cubing things in D&D, I'm out. Imagine you saw that. This weapon does like 3d6 cube. What? Why?
We're just gonna have to solve power functions to do any damage.
I mean, I can work with that. I just don't want to have to do any Taylor theorem bullshit.
You need to do quantum physics now, which is that's easy stuff.
3d6 cubed would be ridiculous. That's anywhere from 27 to 5,832 damage.
Yeah.
Well, I
So
mean,
would it
is
be
it the
equivalent to
6?
27 d6?
Is it the 6 that's cubed? Is it the d6 that's cubed, or is it the whole thing that's cubed? That's the problem.
Oh my
I would
god,
think it's
36
3d6
cubed.
in parentheses, then cube that.
No one tells any wizards.
Because probably if you did 3d6 by cubed, it'd just be
That's a lot of damage.
3d2 16.
Okay, my power just came back. Sorry, I will be 1 minute.
The king in yellow.
So, has anybody thought about what they want the magic?
Maybe the gleaming heavy armor. I am playing. Like the only one we can use right now is Yormund.
Yeah. So I mean,
Your-
let me just put out there that Svenja got very, very super lucky. Quite happy to not take anything off the list. So let's not
I
be
see
shy.
I see the legendary item, and that's the only thing I want.
I think Yormund should probably take the boots of striding and springing since he can make the most use of that.
Previously, like before Ulf left us, I would say they should have had that thing.
Yeah,
They should. That thing.
If he doesn't want it though, I'd be happy to take it. I'd also quite like the potion of water breathing, and there's not many others I really care about.
Well, it kind of feels like, yeah, we needed a rogue, but it kind of feels like the gloves and the boots would be good for Camilla as a ranger.
The gloves. I'm happily to take those, but I want the legendary item.
I mean, the gloves are just so niche.
They are super good, man. Like
We don't have a rogue here, okay? We're gonna have to
Yeah.
compromise.
Well, I'm just saying,
There's no Elias or Matt here.
we could consider selling some of the things that we don't have a strong use for.
The staffs
Mhm.
probably.
And the
Yeah.
Sovereign Bert's focus. Because I
mean-
don't think many of us are doing force damage.
Couldn't we
Nope.
also disassemble them?
Yeah,
For
we
potentially
can
arcane essence.
I think we can recycle them into essence, but it's supposed to be pretty inefficient. You get like 1 essence of its rarity or something.
That's fair
Well,
enough.
I mean, yeah, it's. We get an arcane essence and a pair of good gloves. It's fine by me.
Yeah. So actually, Svenja could use the gloves of thievery. She does actually have sleight of hand proficiency, and yeah, she's essentially, I guess, the de facto rogue.
Does she have thieves' tools?
I don't think so. No, calligrapher's supplies. But she could certainly spend some time in training. I mean, we haven't run into many locks yet. I don't know, law-wise, if she's starting to look for scarce treasures and things which are probably protected and so forth. Being able to pick locks and get into places she shouldn't is, in my mind, at least part of. It's almost like a Tomb Raider feel around getting past complicated things that are hiding nifty pieces of magic and lore.
Are we getting into the master key and the lock thing? Lock joke.
I mean, also, I feel like lock picking is quite niche. Like a lot of situations, you can just smash a window instead. Like,
Yeah.
at least
Vikings
in
don't
this
pick
area.
lock, we break them.
But like Sven is saying, if you're looking for treasure, you might find a locked treasure chest or something. Doesn't have windows to smash.
Smashes the chest.
Impossible. What do you mean?
I mean,
don't have
at least
windows?
one of you already has proficiency with thieves' tools. So yeah, you have got someone there.
Hang on. Let's go see.
Ah, je fais ça.
We're gonna need thieves' tools. The bard can take knock, and we're good.
Yeah, it's Mikkel. He can use pretty much any tool.
I'm the tool
Ah.
man.
There we go. True.
Except I don't have proficiency in carpentry. Carpenter's tools.
I have.
Cool.
Ah,
Then we can fix up the house.
Wrong campaign.
No, he's talking about the hunting cabin.
Ah,
No, the primitive bothy we went through.
yeah.
Wrong.
Wrong setting.
Wrong city.
Wrong game. It's Pathfinder you're talking about?
Pathfinder. No.
I'll just take any potions that no one else wants to claim.
Casting any
Also, the
spell with
dust.
a scroll, just make it like disappear afterwards, or is it?
Yes, it would probably be better to keep them and try and make other magic items with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys are moving that stuff across, just remember it needs to be deleted so we don't end up doubling up. So have you guys do you want to go through that once you get back, or do you want to delegate it now? Because currently,
I don't think it makes.
I mean, I know you were just doing that because it was a break. But
I think we can sort it out over downtime once we get back.
yep.
okay, cool. Well then, let us come back in. As you guys have been crossing this frozen river, and the ice has begun to crack underneath you. Group check. Most of you are doing all right, getting across with your normal means. However, Gorm and Yormund, you guys both end up in the same spot right in the middle of the river as it begins to crack and crumble underneath you. And once again, the two of you are brought down into the river. So, in order to save them, I'm going to need another check from you guys in the same way, depending on what you're trying to do. what you're trying to do, but as Gorm and Yormund have just gone under, half of you are already across, some of you are still on the ice. But it's up to you. What are you going to do to try and help them?
I'm doing my same thing with safe water to try and catch them with a block downstream.
Cool. You can make an Arcana then if you're doing that. Anyone else helping out?
Oh, sorry.
No, continue.
I cast a spell and turn into a fish.
Okay. So that helps then because Svenja would sort of hook her lyre across, back from her back where it is, and strum a few chords and hum a little bit of a chant and levitate Yormund.
Okay, nice. So yeah, Yormund, you will. I'll say with the spells, it'll automatically succeed as Yormund. You kind of smash into the wall of ice that Ursula's creating, and then suddenly it feels like you're swimming underwater, but you start to lift out of the water, not of your own accord, as you begin to levitate. And you don't know where Gorm went, but there was a big fish next to you a second ago.
Okay, so now, of course, the fun thing is that you are now floating 20 feet above the ice and you can move in any direction. So I'm wondering, Svenja would tease Yormund a little bit. Let me see if I can find an elf to help you. Chuck out a rope or something to him, and until the spell expires, he's essentially her balloon. She's like dragging him behind her on a piece of rope.
I mean, it saves me walking.
It's like soaking wet, and you're like, well, could be worse. And Gorm, what about you? Are you, as Svenja starts dragging Yormund away mid-air, you are a fish underneath the ice now. What are you going to try and do?
I swim towards the side where the party is, and I'll just start banging my body on top of the ice, and hope they hear it and break it, so I can swim up.
Yeah, while Svenja is busy with Yormund, the rest of you see this fish just trying to break through the ice.
It's not one of the listed uses of safe water, but can I use it to melt a hole in the ice?
Yeah, I mean you can affect the ice to basically make it water again. Yeah, so melt it. Yes.
I'll do that right above him.
Yeah, I'll boost up as much as I can and transform back into a human. Jump as high as I can as I turn back.
Yeah, give me an athletics check, or maybe a performance, or acrobatics, of course, but to try and see, because I mean, hey, it's a salmon. You can probably launch yourself quite high.
It's a 7.
Yeah, not that high at all, as the water that you go through last is extra cold, as it's literally just melted, and your little fishy body just hits the snow first before you let go of the spell, and didn't quite stick the landing on that one, but you are, I think you'd like dry and stuff as well, like after coming out of that form.
Oh, it doesn't
Then maybe you
specify,
have,
but I assume. Yeah, it should
yeah.
be.
Yeah, we'll say so. You see Svenja pulling Yormund along like a balloon, and everyone has made their way to the other side of the river. As Svenja, you can see some of the pixies have now taken much more interest in this. Some of them giggling at what they've seen, and some have fluttered down to sort of join you guys, just keeping a watchful eye.
I'm gonna have some fun batting Yormund around using Gust.
I will throw a hand axe at you.
Protects him from wind.
Yeah, I'm just throwing myself along, like with my halberd, pretending it's an oar.
I mean, you probably just with a reach, you probably could just touch the ground with your halberd as, yeah, you blowing around. Look, there is still a blizzard going on, so it's kind of hard to tell which gusts of wind are coming from the blizzard and which are Ursula. But you are definitely getting buffeted by the wind up here, and yeah, it's a strange experience for sure.
Yeah,
But you guys,
we'll have some mercy at it, on him and eventually haul him in. After a minute or so of this amusement, haul him in and let go of the spell.
I mean, it's not much worse up there than it is down here, but now I just have to walk.
Well, it was tempting to tie you to ship. I have to concentrate on.
Sure, but I could have just cut
more
the rope.
interested in the pixies.
that definitely sounds like a good plan for later. Make a note of that. I want to see the sledeless sled racing. As you guys sort of make your way into the forest with these pixies now coming to watch over you, some of you hear again little whispers in your ears like, "Oh, you've come back! You've come back! Oh, good to see you! I can't wait! I think they're going to sit in the chair again." And before long, you manage to make your way up to this high-backed throne with all of the vines and flowers and, well, mostly dead flowers coming off of it. As, yeah, it sits there in the middle of the clearing just like it did the other day.
And just as the other day, I'm just gonna sit in it.
No, you fool!
And be like, yep, I need to talk to Freya. Just waiting.
I am firing a ray of frost at you.
I'm fine. I don't care.
I mean, Leto?
I mean, she's sitting down in a chair. It's a pretty easy target. So, Camilla, as you sit down in this chair and you like wait for the vines to take you again, this blast of ice just hits you in the face and kind of like freezes your head to the back of the chair for a second. And for a moment, you think it's working, but then the pain from the cold just sears through your body as you take that 12 points of cold damage. And you've realized, like, as the ice sort of starts to dissipate on your face, that your friends seem to be trying to stop you.
Ultimate brain freeze.
I don't care. I have my plan, and that is how it's gonna be.
It sounds like a death flag.
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen to us?
That is true.
A Balor comes and eats you.
I'll run from.
Really?
No.
Come on, man. Like, the worst thing could be, like, it's revealed that Lorifax is actually your father.
Yeah, who the fuck is Lorifax? Jordan just has no idea.
No one does. And it's good. Once you know, you can never be happy.
Yeah, but you don't know who the fuck Lorifax is either.
As you're sitting there, Camilla, you are waiting for the vines to do something, but they just don't. Nothing seems to happen. Are you going to try anything else?
I'm just gonna, let's see. Princess. since that worked last time.
Wait,
Well,
look around. Nothing seems to happen. Svenja, you notice that the pixies have gathered around the tree line, and they seem to be watching this, as some of them are kind of whispering in each other's ears.
So she will sort of, I guess, are they hovering or standing on the ground?
Scattered around, some of them are flying, some of them are in the trees and on rocks and things, but there seem to be a lot of pixies around here, way more than you saw the previous day.
So does she see the sort of the robust one that seemed to be the leader of the group last time?
Give me a perception check.
Perception, not my strong point. Let's see how that goes. 20. Dirty 20.
Yeah, so you'll see sitting at the end of a branch on one of these pine branches, just like sitting crouched, looking like, like they're the protagonists of their own story for sure, with this fang on their back, like tied to them like a weapon, as you see her sitting there, also just watching but silent. There is no one directly around her.
So Svenja would kind of walk over and sit next to her on the ground, so she's hopefully at about head height, and look towards the throne, and then look to her and say, "What are we waiting for?"
She will turn to you and say, I could ask you the same thing. What is your friend waiting for? There's no court today.
I think she was hoping to speak to Freya, but how do you know which days they aren't?
Well, I mean, those are for fate, your kind are not really invited to court. There's only when something has happened or news needs to be shared. You surely don't think Freya's just sitting around here all day waiting. She is not a king.
Well, so Svenja's like unusually lost words from her. Yeah, I guess that's true, but even if we aren't invited to court, is there a way we know when? I think Camilla wants to speak to Freya again. I don't know what she wants to ask. She's very cagey. But I guess I could just say to her, there's no court today, you waste time. But if we were wanting to speak to Freya, and maybe it's urgent, how would we then do that? So you're saying it was lucky the first time she said so.
The first time, I think you were contacted. That was a warning. These forests hold dangerous beasts. If you were to keep traveling northwest, you may encounter the Jabberwock. If your friend saw Freya, it must have meant that she was seeing into the Feywild. That is usually how Freya communicates with the other realms. It is for us to communicate with her. Not usually mortals. If you wish to speak with Freya, you are in her domain. You can speak with her whenever you wish. The gods are always listening.
Okay. So she'll turn to Camilla and say, not court day today, so it's unlikely that's going to. If you want to speak to Freya, this friendly lady here says you speak, and she may or may not hear. What is your name, by the way? Turn back to the pixie.
She will look at you with this like she's trying to see if she can trust. Just sort of squinting her eyes at you. And she says, it is not wise to give one's name on such short acquaintance. for to us, a name can mean a lot. However, if you can prove yourselves friends of the Fae, I may tell it to you. Just like you may be able to speak with Freya again if you were to offer something that she may want. She does like her gifts.
Okay, well, I will call you Miss Fang until then. And
She like her mouth drops open and she's like, "How? We? You are not human, are you?" And she like suddenly her facade of like trying to kind of look pensive and like badass just drops completely, and she flutters over in front of your face as she just says, "How did you know my name?"
what do you mean I'm not human? It was a. Yeah, I'm confused. I am human.
Oh, must have been a lucky guess then. Well, I guess now that it's out of the bag, yes, my name is Fang, but my friends just call me Q. It is Quick Fang is my full name. I'm really. Are you sure you're human? And she's like, you see, she's just looking over you. She seems completely distracted now, looking over your face. And by the way, at this point, the rest of you see Svenja talking nothing. She's just, she seems to be hallucinating.
We saw this the first time.
Schizophrenic.
Yeah, we know there's pixies.
Oh,
okay.
Yeoman doesn't. He just accepted. Just here, Svenja talks to the trees.
I wonder if there's pills for that sort of ailment.
Talking to trees.
What
Yeah.
do you want to also be able to talk?
No,
Stop
I want
talking
to.
trees, they're different balls.
But do you want to stop? Do you have schizophrenia?
No, I mean if Yormont also wants to talk to trees, I can introduce him to some mushroom. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing magic shrooms. No thanks.
Only normal shrooms.
Yeah, okay. I will not tell my friends your name then, Q. But I don't. Yeah, so okay. Now Svenja's kind of thinking, and she will then ask Q if this radiance and healing and energy and experiencing is that what Q is sensing, or Miss Fang is then sensing? And she.
Yes, it is a similar light that comes from Freya. It is perhaps you have been blessed. I mean, I don't know. I am but a lowly tooth fairy, but it is pretty much the exact opposite of your friend over there. And she points at Ursula, who has just like hit Camilla in the face with a ray.
Well, that is interesting. I am guessing I should be having a conversation with my mother then. There may be things that I need to know. May not be what I thought they were. So that's interesting. I don't want to bother Freya until actually meaningful to talk to her about. Oh, and our power has just gone out. I thought we're done for the day. So let's see how the battery goes.
Or you can move over to the stream if you need.
Yeah, what's supposed to happen? But okay, so she's putting that data point, saying to Miss Fang, so okay, if I'm not human fully, does that mean I can come here and talk to Freya when I need to? Or talk to you at least, and you can call her.
Oh, I can't call her. She. I mean, I don't have that kind of authority, but As I said, if you can bring a gift, you should be able to talk to Freya. Someone on the other side would let her know to come and take her seat, but she is a goddess, very busy.
What sort of gifts would she like? Give me a hint here.
Oh, let's see. You can give me a religion check to think of what gifts Freya might like.
Okay. I'm going to do that, and then I probably should go see what's happening with power.
Yeah, we'll move on to the others when you do
Yes,
that.
I'll do a BRB in. Come on. I don't know. Can you just roll it for me from Foundry? I'm not at the moment connected to that. Or let me see if I can get into D&D Beyond.
Well, it's all right. I mean, you're asking the pixie anyway, so your own knowledge we can get into later. But her response, she would say, sacrifices are pretty simple to her. She likes a good sacrifice, but the blood of her enemies, falcon eggs, flowers from the Fehu tree, secret words that you've learned in study, a song, sweet honey, even tears sometimes. I mean, there's a little bit of ceremony to it usually. Well, actually, not much. Freya doesn't care for too much of the whole ceremony, but she rejoices in the gifts and time spent with her followers. So long as the gifts are given from the heart, she doesn't really care.
Okay.
Rituals are more for, the other more ostentatious gods.
Yeah, the boys, they think they're really important. Very good to know. So she's going to turn around Carmela and say, I don't think it's going to work today. Because I don't know that the Fey Court is in session. But you can sit there if you want to longer. Okay, guys, so I'm going to just quickly step out for the next 5 minutes. Look at what's going
on. Well, yeah, we will move back to you guys around the throne as Svenja has been having this discussion. What have you guys been doing?
Yeoman's been quite unhappy having to stand for apparently nothing while being still soaking wet in a blizzard.
Oh, that I will say the blizzard seems much lesser in this clearing. It seems like this throne has kind of is kind of protected from the weather a little bit, as it is still snowing in here, but that hectic wind has completely stopped once you enter the clearing. So yeah, still cold. You don't feel like you're in danger of hypothermia just yet.
Well, then I'll just be standing, keeping an eye out, waiting to get a move on.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Yorman in this one.
You fucking fish.
Yeah, Camilla, are you still sitting in the chair, just like waiting for something to happen?
Considering what's called Svenja said, well, I'm just gonna be like, well, I understand that you don't want to talk about, like, who knows, like, if Odin was like to know what you and my father has been doing, well, that's fine. And then just jumps down and is like, well, let's get back to town.
Yeah. As soon as Svenja's done, I think we just go.
Okay. So yeah, Camilla, you can make a religion check for me, please, as you sort of say that. Just hoping that she might hear you. But yeah, definitely not the same experience as last time. And while we're waiting for that, so if you guys are going to be moving on, does that mean you're going to be trying to open the portal in the back of the tree?
Yeah.
Yep,
correct.
seems like it.
Who's doing that? Who's got the key?
I think Mikhail.
Do I have the key?
I mean, let's assume that the party has the key.
Yeah.
I think it's up to you guys who's opening it.
I mean, I'll do it.
Okay, and Camilla, is there a check? Was it frozen?
Check.
Yeah, religion check. Or trying to speak to Freya.
Look, a 16.
Okay, with a 16, after you say that, after you like sort of say that just out into the air, you will notice, like, are you getting kind of frustrated and you just look around saying it into the trees, and you'll notice sitting in the trees that there is a falcon, and after you say that, you'll hear a flapping of wings as it takes flight and flies off into the snow. But yeah, you feel like Freya may have heard your message, though she doesn't seem to have the time to chat to you today. As as you hop down the chair at the back, Ursula, you place the key into this little ironwood symbol, and you will see the tree start to just creak and bend as the wood pulls itself apart, and you will feel this gust of like warm air coming from it, just in comparison to what you're standing in, as you see this greenish yellow light coming from inside, and it seems like a doorway is opening for you.
We go through.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second to put your tokens down, but I will move you in onto Yggdrasil. And judge the music. That's got this one off spot. I will curate it properly for next. Okay, so Ursula, you will be stepping out first, and everyone else following behind you as the rest of you step out onto a strange sort of yellowish surface that looks like it is actually some kind of a giant mushroom. But we should be loading in anything.
It's Tree Guy again.
Yeah, as you walk out onto that mushroom, you will see Mimir kind of as like part of the roots. He seems to be um, busy doing something down there, just not moving all that much actually. But you can all give me a perception check as you arrive. This is the first time. I mean, I know you've technically been in here before, but it's the first time you're getting a look from this vantage point.
Perception. Oh,
Okay, pretty good. Yeah, Gorm, Camilla, and Yorman. Yeah, actually, everyone is going to see this with Camilla's
Everyone
nat
but me.
20. Sorry.
I only got a 7, so probably not seeing whatever.
No, this Camilla's nat 20 made up for it. It was a group check. As you guys notice now, there are inside these trees, there are doorways of all sorts of different shapes and sizes. And along the roots at the bottom, you will see small, what they look like dragons. And you can see that they are gnawing on these roots, all of these little like wormling type creatures, but they seem to be like part of the trees themselves, like, or maybe they've just eaten so much of these roots that it has affected their bodies. But you see they are down there and they are all over the place. There's quite a few of them. And in the distance, you can see a larger one sort of wrapped around a tree. And that one also seems to be gnawing on these roots.
Can I make a religion check or something?
Can I take one of them with me home?
I
mean, if
don't
you-
want to make those things.
I mean, if you know the mythology, you can just say that you know it. Otherwise, history or
Okay.
religion, yeah.
Then I think I know it. I played God of War last week.
I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, well, God of War took some liberties. It might be different. Maybe let's see, because also this is not real world Norse mythology. Sometimes
Yeah. God
it
of
may
War
be
is the
different.
same thing exactly.
I don't know
Yeah,
what they
there's
are, but I
also
want.
so the creature you're referring to, Needhog, is the mythological creature you all would have heard of. That is the great serpent that gnaws on the roots of the world tree. But these seem like they are little baby ones, which in Norse mythology, I think is just one. That's the one big serpent at the. But these look like they are doing the same thing. And I mean, you guys haven't spent much time on the world tree, so you don't know what other kind of creatures could be around here. But those things definitely seem to be pulling a Needhog. It's like you hopping your way down the mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you trying to do that without alerting the little wormling underneath you? Because that one is down on ground level.
Just gonna see if it seems scared or nervous when I approach it. See what it does.
Yeah, as you sort of come down, you can. Are you going all the way down?
Yes.
Okay. As you approach, are you going to just walk along the grass, or are you going to are you climbing down the tree? Like, are you standing on the root that it's annoying?
Probably hopping from that low one to the ground. Eris.
Okay, so as soon as you land on the ground, you would see its wings stand up as it, like, it's still got the root in its mouth, but you see its eyes shift to you, and it lifts its wings like it is trying to, just make itself look bigger, like it's trying to scare you away.
Cool, just give some space.
Okay, I'll ask you to pause just there. As what is the rest of the group doing? As you've just seen Ursula jump down, and you've seen this thing flare its wings at her.
What I'm gonna do is just walk down the tree. Since, well, this is clearly not home. So there gotta be something wrong. Or Freya pulled us somewhere. I'm gonna look around, seeing if there's like any other door.
Yeah, I mean, you can see there's doors all over the place. And I will say, last time, canonically, you did walk through this place. I didn't have the map ready at that time. But you will see Mimir at this point, as you were making your way down the tree, he will sort of slowly turn his head and start to notice you, as he just raises a hand as though just to wave. But he didn't actually say anything yet. The rest of you up there?
I'll also make my way down, just across the mushrooms. Not really trying to be stealthy, but just try not to provoke them. Just keeping my distance.
So Mimir has already seen us, right? He's waving at us, so Senor would wave back at him.
Yeah, he'll see a smile on his face. He seems happy to see you guys again, but doesn't seem like he intends to talk to you or anything. He's just waving from afar. He seems like he's doing his own thing. But yeah, he is right there. He's easily within range of speaking to him. Yeah, so the rest of you up top, as everyone else seems to be making their way down and giving that Wyrmling some space. What are you doing?
Sorry, yeah, just going around, just trying to go straight for our sky tree.
Yeah, that's cool. You can stop there for now. I'm asking the three up at the top that we haven't heard from yet. So Mikil, what are you doing?
I'm gonna make my way down as well. Probably not just jumping because I'm afraid I'll break my legs.
Yeah, it's kind of an awkward shuffle down for most of you getting down these mushrooms, but yeah, other than Camilla just walking down the side, you take a minute to trust these things, and you do manage to get down. But also, how are you trying to interact with that Wyrmling down there?
I'm trying my hardest not to. Just try avoid it and go around it.
Yeah, cool.
If plausible.
And Gorm?
Yeah, I'm following Mikhail's lead. Slowly going down and around the Nidhogg.
Okay, and then Svenja, last one up at the top.
Same for me. Sorry, let me just try.
Are you on the map or?
Yeah, I am. But it is horrifically slow. So move me down. Sorry, I'm going to back to the screen because the laptop's not coping with it.
That's cool. Totally understandable. It's only an hour left anyway, so. But as you are making your way down, are you also going to try and circle around that Wyrmling, or are you trying to interact with it?
Animal handling, not a great skill. It's essentially looking defensive, trying to make it big. So
Yeah, but it is currently still gnawing on the root. It's just like raised its wings to try and ward you away. It doesn't
yeah,
seem to have like turned to the others if they've all given it some space.
just do the whatever they did. So walk past it carefully. Say soothing. Don't worry, little one. We won't hurt you. Stuff in Celestial.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you guys all managed to get to the other side, and you would recognize that the doorway back home is on the other side here, but there are a couple more of these wormlings, and they're all still like chewing on the roots. But yeah, that one you've all managed to get past, but the rest of these you can see they're a little bit different sizes, and they seem quite close to the door. So what are you guys going to do? As I mean, you can all just tell me together. Ursula, you were the first one up there, so you guys are all approaching it more or less the same time, following each other. What are you guys going to try and do to get to the door?
Like, as long as we don't provoke them, we should be able to just walk right past.
Okay, Ursula, stop right there again for me, please. As you walk across, you well, let's see. Actually, just roll a d6 for me, because I suppose you could have avoided. Okay, so as you are walking, you are going to just sort of climb over one of those roots, as they're quite big, and you just step on one to move yourself over, and you will see um the the wormling at the bottom of the root just immediately turn to you and sort of stand up on its back legs, like lifting its wings and leaving the root out of its mouth. But yeah, it stands up, fully trying to intimidate you, even taking a few steps towards you, Ursula. The rest of you see this just as Ursula's sort of jumped over the root and gotten to where
Which route would that be on?
it's the one just in front of Gorm there. This wormling is the one that has turned to look at you.
Yeah, I'll
This one?
cast. Oh, yeah.
Which route was I on?
That one.
I would probably take a step back, like between Gorm and the square I'm on, and then just try and take big steps over the route.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a beast or anything like it, but I'll just cast Speak with Animals and say, we're just moving through. We don't want to interrupt your feast.
Okay, you can give me an animal handling check, as you would recognize these as being draconic, sort of. They look like little, like wooden dragons almost. Yeah, so with you're not sure they understand your words exactly, but with your gestures and things, as you see this one kind of threatening Ursula, it like seems to notice that, and then calms down a little and goes back to gnawing on one of the roots. But yeah, these things look like if you disrupt the roots, they might turn and attack. But you can now, those of you at the back of the party, can see Mimir sort of worriedly looking over the roots to make sure that you guys are like okay, or maybe not doing anything wrong.
Try to avoid the roots, guys.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll need saves from everyone then if you're going to try and avoid the roots, as these are quite large, and there is, if you want to try not touch them, you're gonna have to.
Yeah, can I?
What's
I want to cast. I think Blessed Works on saves.
I feel like sex makes more sense anyway.
Is it a check or a save? I just want to make sure. It's a save.
It's a save.
Yeah, so I'll cast Bless on the first three people, which is Ursula, me, and Jormund as we go through.
So, yeah, you can add that as.
Is that a D4?
How did we make that?
Yeah.
Oh, 14.
Okay. Yeah, let's get the whole group and then I'll do parts and fails.
Oh.
That is 7 for Svenja.
Okay, so Ursula, you can take another just 2 steps forward there as you manage to get across without issue, as well as Gorm and Jormund. However, yeah, you guys can, the 3 of you can sort of move over there to where you are, where Gorm and Ursula are. But Shepherd, being a wolf, doesn't care about not standing on the tree roots. Like, not smart enough to understand that, and just sort of bounds across. And when this dragon stands up to threaten Shepherd instinctively just growls back at him. As Camilla, you also like easily walking across these roots. No reason to step off onto the grass, at least not until it is too late, causing Mikhail and Svenja, you guys both end up tripping over some of these roots, just having to use them as handholds as you are making your way in. And all of these little wormlings start to stand up as Shepherd starts growling, and you guys are right by the door on the other side. But we are going to roll for initiative as these creatures now become disturbed, and they seem to be not so friendly.
Let's see if this is a Gideon situation again.
Really not trying to fight.
Es un Dracul.
Yeah, the goal here is not to kill them. It is these things are trying to chase you off. So you know which door leads back to Braudevik. It is not far away, but you will have to try and get there on your turn. As I'll add you in here, Sven.
That's a 22 for initiative. Are my rolls actually still showing in Foundry Beyond?
No.
Okay, so 22 for initiative.
Okay, it changed the exact roll, but same difference in the right places. Okay, is everyone rolled?
We actually all before the. Oh no, never mind.
Except for me.
No, that's I'm just gonna. Okay, yeah, they rolled terribly. So, starting off at first, Svenja, at the back of the group, you see these wormlings starting to stand up and look all threatening at you as they are just lifting their wings and walking like on their back legs, just start walking in towards you, making these horrible chittering noises. What are you going to do, Svenja?
What is the distance from her to the...
It's about 40 feet.
Okay, so she's just going to shout run and make a dash for it. So her movement plus dash action, and if it's necessary and fun, she might do to jump over roots and under slide, or jump over, slide under roots, tumble past the dragons. Yeah.
Okay, so how much movement have you got?
30 base plus then I guess the dash action. Does this count as
Okay, so
difficult terrain?
no, not with your parkour stuff. You can definitely. I mean, you're using the routes to do this, but you could definitely get there with a dash. As yeah, getting around them though, I will ask you to make an acrobatics or athletics to avoid provoking an attack of opportunity on the way. As yeah, you probably could get around there, but seeing as you're not on the maps to map out an exact route, I'll just give you a roll and.
Okay, I rolled an 8 and 6.
Okay, so then you are going to provoke an attack of opportunity from this creature as you run past, and let's see, it is going to you're going to see as you kind of running, you'll try and run off of one of these branches, and your foot is just going to slip into the branch like it was slipping into water for a second, and as you are just trying to jump off the side, your ankle suddenly catches and it like trips you over. You are actually going to fall prone about 15 feet away from the door, and you are going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So you are actually right next to Yorman there, as you've just collapsed and you are prone.
Face bombed. Not face bombed, face planted. There you go.
Oh, making loud noises and running doesn't seem like the best idea for not trying to fight.
Jesus, okay. Boom.
Yeah, can I use my action to pick Svenja up and then rush through the door? Or is it an action to try and open it?
No, you can try and do that. I'll allow opening a door as a free action, though. Yeah, you're close enough. So yeah, give me an athletics to try and pick her up. Yeah, that's definitely enough. As what does it look like as you grab Svenja and head through the door?
Okay, I forgot I'm on push to talk. I just pick her up. She's like, not on my shoulder, just like she's like laying down on my shoulders, and I just rush to the door. Not sure how to describe it properly.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like firemen's carry.
Yeah.
And yeah, you should be able to click on the door unless you want to just watch the rest of what happens here. But Camilla, that will bring us on to you as Gorm picks up Svenja and runs through.
Yes, and I already have a plan. What I'm gonna do is disengage by basically petting the creatures and hoping that confuses them, and then getting through the door while they hopefully are
Okay, yeah.
confused.
You do the little tap on the shoulder so it looks in the wrong direction, and you make your way through the door. Ursula, that takes us to you.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to make a noise over there, just trying to distract them, and then go for the door.
Okay, give me a deception check to see if you can pull him off of the other there. Okay, yeah, it sounds pretty convincing. Any particular sound you're making? And you will get through the door.
Yeah, I don't know, just a rumbling sort of sound.
Mikhail, brings us to you.
All right. Oh. All right. I'm gonna move up here. Take the disengage action, and then move through the portal.
Okay, that takes us to one of the creatures. And this one, as everyone is running, is going to turn to Shepard, who was the one who actually angered it. And is going to use its breath weapon. So, yeah, this one is going to use its breath weapon on Shepard, and I need. Oh no, actually, it's going to move out of your range there, Yorman, so it can try and set this. It's going to try and hit you both. It doesn't have to actually move out of your range, but it will, so it doesn't hit its friend. So it'll provoke an attack of opportunity from both of you, if you want to take it.
You know, if it's going to attack, yeah. I forgot to target it. Whoops. Does an 18 hit?
Oh, god damn it, that's stupid. I can't. Just one second. Yeah, an 18 does it.
Okay. 10 points of slashing, and yeah, Shepard's just going to have a bite.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure why it halved it. It's not meant to do that.
Because of the saving throw.
But it's not a half.
Okay, that's fine. It made a mistake. Okay, so as Shepard tries to bite at this thing, he rips free a piece of its wing that is mostly just like leaf and bark. But the thing is going to jump back, and it is going to unleash its breath weapon on both of
Bastard.
as yeah, save from both of you, please.
Okay.
Okay, so Shepard makes it, but Yormund.
Oh. I didn't use the prompt, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Why use the? No, who cares? So as this it like unleashes this cube of like you see the energy sort of warble around, like space itself is kind of warbled, and as it gets to you, you feel your body and your armor and everything become incredibly heavy as it exhales a 15-foot cube of powerful localized gravity originating from the dragon, and falling damage around here is going to increase, but basically you guys, having failed that saving throw, you are currently restrained, as you cannot lift your own legs. Shepard, however, has made it so he is able to still move, but his speed is halved as long as he's in that space. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, but you are currently held in place where you are standing. And that is all it. Yeah, so that's one of them. And then the other one. Yeah, this one's going to fly around this side and is going to try and just like add to this by using its own breath weapon, but with a different effect. Yeah, so this one exhales what looks like fire, but it is bright and it is just sort of twinkling, like it looks like there's glitter inside the fire. And I'll need another dex save from both of you. It might prompt.
Yeah, it hasn't yet. I'm just giving it a second. There it is.
Yeah, I had to do damage first.
Oh, wow. Lovely. Okay.
Okay, has it prompted you for a great wound?
No. Oh, it's actually no, it just has. I assume that's the Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you both pass. Yeah, this thing, this fire just engulfs you, and holy crap, you both. How did Shepard survive? That's amazing. Yeah, not feeling too great, but that is their turn, taking us on to you. Yeah, you are restrained, but Shepard can still.
Can you attack while restrained? I don't remember.
No.
You can. Your speed is just 0, I think. Isn't that all?
Disadvantage on attacks.
Let me see.
Okay.
Restraint or 0, attack rolls disadvantages.
Can we see this through the door, or did we go through?
Yeah, I'll say if the door's still open, you guys would be able to visually see this. So yeah, we'll see what happens when we get to the top of the next round.
Yes, I know. For Shepard, movement inside the restrained area is doubled, right?
Yeah, half speed while it's in there.
Okay. Then 10 feet, that'd be 20, 30. Would this count as flanking? Since
No.
Okay.
Yeah, the reach doesn't work like that, unfortunately. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not how.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, this thing sees Shepard coming as he's slowed down and it pushes out of the way of its attack.
Right. No. And a dex saving throw, right?
Yeah, to try and end the effect on yourself.
You are blessed still.
Oh. So then
Can
that's
spell
1d4.
wisdom. Yeah, an extra 1d. Okay, yeah, that I'm pretty sure that's enough. Yeah, it's definitely enough. So yeah, you are no longer restrained.
Do I still have my movement, or is it still 0?
It's end of your turn, I think. Let
Ah,
me double check.
Then yeah, I'm kind of bold.
Just sorry, double check. When at the end of its turn. So you will have to remake that again at the start of your next turn because you're still in the thing to try and get out of it, but you are no longer held in place.
Alright. Shepard still has like 20 feet of movement, so I'll have him risk the attack of opportunity. And yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay. So as Shepard tries to run, oh my god, second one for this to happen to. Shepard kind of tries to bite at it, and this thing leans back, and then as Shepard tries to turn and run, it bites back, and it just grabs him by the head, and you see it just pull a chunk of his face away along with his eye. As it like pulls it free, Shepard yelps and falls to the ground. Yeah, he'll only get just in front of it, unfortunately. That is its reaction.
It's my turn.
Okay, then it is going to take us on to the others. As this one above. Let's see.
Did Yorman make that second save to get out of the restrained?
Yeah.
He made his first one, and this one snaps at you, but misses, and then the other one's going to move in and block you off. And this one, I am sorry, but it's going to use its breath weapon again.
Oofy.
So another deck save.
I think I'm boned either way.
Yeah, I think so, unless you've got some resistance or orb element.
No.
No. Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately, you guys on the other side are going to see Yormund and Shepard just get taken down as these dragons swarm them, as the rest of you have managed to flee through the doorway. But now, at the end of their turns, this one comes close. And yeah, at the end of the round, Mimir is going to start moving down to shoo them all away. As, yeah, he's coming down here at the end of the round. So he's going to sort of run up through the trees, and Yormund, as the light is fading, you'll hear him shouting something in what sounds like Sylvan, and then he'll bring a fist down and just smash one of these creatures out of the way, just like knocking it back into the tree as he seems to be making his way over to you. but that is all he can do on his turn, taking us to the top of the round with Svenja. You guys are on the other side of the tree, but you can see this when you look back. You realize Yormund hasn't joined you. You look back and you see him and Shepard just getting swarmed by these little wormlings. Are you guys going to do anything?
My turn, I will, but in order. You're muted, Svenja.
Svenja, are you there?
Sorry, mute button. Sorry, recap. Who's down, badly hurt?
Yorman, then Shepard. The only two people left behind.
Save Shepard.
You are on the other side of the door, but you can see through the door that the dragons are swarming the two of them, and both of them are down.
Apologies. I was trying to log a fault on the thing there. Okay. I don't have the stop subscription. I know I've casted my levitate spell. And I don't remember if Misty Step is on. So she would action fly.
I mean, you're easily within range of them. If you're trying to cast a spell or something, then it's fine. But I'm just saying they're within 20 feet of the door.
Can she
step to the bonus action? If that's what you were asking.
Yeah. So actually, Shepard is too big for it. She's going to just try and dash out, and both of them are still conscious, or one of them down.
They're both down.
As in unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, healing word then as a bonus action, Shepard. Then movement out to dash and to him and try and drag him back as bonus. Actually, no, she can she just say to Gorm, we need to fetch them and wait for him so that they can both run in and drag. I don't think she can drag Shepard on her own. She's not particularly strong. Or will she be able to do that? I don't have
if you're doing a healing word, Shepard might be able to run on their own, but are you saying drag Yormund?
Oh, yeah, let's do this. Actually, let's do this. Sorry, brain is healing word bonus action on Shepard, and then she will let her wings appear. She seems to be getting some control of it. The radiant fly up and scream at dragons as she tries to fly towards Yormund to grab him out of there. And I don't have enough movement to get in out. So 20 feet in and 10 feet out, which puts her with radiant wings.
He's actually only 15 feet from the door, so if you're flying to him, you'll be flying past two of these wormlings without provoking attacks of opportunity yet. But once you get down to Yormund, you've only got 10 feet back to the door.
Oh, I see. This is also a heal Shepard, bonus action wings. If I can do 2 bonus actions instead of an action.
Yeah, I'll know.
I'm going to fly towards and try and drag Yormund back, but she's going to try and really scream most intimidatingly at the creatures. They are aggressive. She doesn't persuade them that we're harmless right now, right? Yes. So let me see. Intimidation roll. That's 18 on.
Yeah, okay. You're trying to do a lot here all at once. So the vamping out your wings is your action, and healing word is your bonus action. Then grappling him, pulling him back, and intimidating them all is going to be a bit much for one turn. I'll say you can intimidate them for sure, but if you're doing the wings and everything to pull him back, I'm going to say a grapple's going to take an action. Though,
Okay, so
yeah,
she's
I
just
mean,
gonna
it's up
try
to you
the
whether you want to
intimidation.
do this flying or not.
No, let's do the intimidation, and the wings are then just for special effects purpose. No,
Yeah,
hang on.
but-
No, I can action intimidate, bonus action heal.
No, so you can intimidate for free. I'm just because I don't
Okay.
understand how your wings work. I'm not entirely sure about that. But yeah, I mean, if it's just a flavor thing, then it's fine. But if that's taking your action, because you're going to have to grapple Yorman's body and pull him back if you want to try and pull him.
Okay, so that's what she's going to do then. The wings basically just these spectral angelic wings just appear behind. She can hover a little bit, but she's trying to use all of her voice technique and stuff to intimidate dragons. Hopefully that
Okay,
works.
yeah. So I'll say you're kind of using the wings Bamfart as part of your grabbing him and trying to pull him back, just to try and give you that extra like push. But then you can give me an athletics check to try and move him out of that space. As you can see, he is currently is stuck there. The gravity that he's sitting in is increased, so he is extra heavy. But you're going to have to try and pull him back.
That's a 13.
Okay, that'll be just enough to move him. I'll say you're not going to be able to pull him all the way back to the door with that, but you will be able to move 5 feet back and move him out of the problem zone. You
Okay.
are still between two dragons, both of you, but I'll say you've currently got him grappled, so now you can move with him at half speed. And yeah, if it was 20 to get in, then this is where you'll end if you've got 30 feet.
Okay, works for me.
Okay, but Shepherd does get that healing word. So how much did you heal?
I should have rolled it, I guess. Word. 1d4 plus 4. That would be nice. 5 points. No, not nice. 5 points. 7 points of healing. Which one is? Where did a double roll? 7 points of healing.
Alright. I've just applied that.
Oh, sorry, I think I did too. Just make sure it's only on 7. But that's cool. Looks like it worked. Perfect. So then that is going to bring us on to Gorm, I think, as yeah, we've lost the initiatives, but you guys can still see this through the door. So
Yeah, I did switch map, so it's kind of I can't really return back.
okay, but can you see the door? Is there not a?
But I think I
Did
can.
you go back through the same door?
I couldn't, but I found another way. I think I'm here. I'm not. I just did the map, but not the token. There is no door symbol.
I think near the
on
top
map.
left there's a thing used to be able to click, a little drop
Okay,
down.
no, don't click that. You can walk back through the door. Let me come and make it visible because no. Okay, sorry. I thought you could walk straight back through the door. If you just go to the map, your token's not going to be there. Okay, there we go. You should be able to see it now. Where Mikhail is.
Yeah, I did. I already switched up before you added my token. I'm sorry.
And you can't. Okay, whatever. I'm just putting. There's going to be 2 Gorms. And bitted me about it. There we go. You on the map. You can roll initiative again.
Yeah, we'll roll. Nice. Okay, Jorgen is still unconscious, and that's the zone with the. Okay. I will cast on myself. What's the name of the spell? Okay, I'm targeted. I cast Shield of Faith on myself. Oh, great. It's said it's not my turn, so I can move. I think Svenja needs to enter. Oh, she's on not on the map.
That's fine. Yeah, you've got movement.
I'll move here. I get out of his attack range, out of his reach, so he gets an attack on me.
I think didn't that one already? No.
Yeah, I'll use my blood curse, and maybe he'll miss. So actually roll the damage. Thank you. So 4 less than it.
Okay, that would have brought it down to 18, I think.
18 misses
Yeah.
then. But he's not supposed to be injured. The 4 damage is not supposed to do it.
I get that. Thank you. Just give it a 2 seconds after something happens, guys. Please, just. Okay. There you get. You get the.
I'll use my action to grab Jormund and attempt to grapple him the same way I did to Svenja and leave through the door. I'll make athletics check.
Okay, you can make it with athletics. I mean, with advantage, because Svenja's already trying to drag him along. She's basically helping.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's that one foot still stuck in the gravity well that you're pulling out. Unfortunately, not having too much luck. You will be able to move him. Basically, Svenja's kind of in the way at this point. It's like she's got to get through the door first so that you can get Jormund through, as he's definitely out of the gravity well now. But yeah, I'm afraid a 9 is not enough.
Yeah.
This is all
So
I
yeah,
can.
I guess he can't drag both of us. They drag Svenja and hopefully 9's not
With a
going to
9.
I can barely drag myself with a 9, but that's my turn.
Yeah, who does anyone remember who was after Gorm?
That is me.
It sounded like 2 people said yes. Who?
Carmilla.
Okay. So yeah, Camilla, you should also be able to see the door. Are you coming back?
I think I'm gonna step through the door, then like grab both Svenja and Gorm and just try to fall back and see if like they can fall through the door.
Okay, we're creating like a chain of people to try and pull you all through. So yeah, you can also give me an athletics check with advantage. I'll give you a +1 on this as well, because for every person that adds to this chain.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
It's a team maneuver, it's fine.
I wonder. Let's see if that +1 works. It does work perfectly. 14.
Yeah, okay. You start pulling Gorm and Svenja back. I'll say they get moved back 5 feet, as well as Jormund gets moved another 5. And that is forced movement, so it doesn't provoke attack of opportunity. But yeah, you get them into the doorway. But yeah, 14's not enough to pull them all the way through. Though you guys are like right on the edge there, and Jormund's still completely unconscious. You're just all dragging on this chain of people. Is that going to be your? Going once, going twice.
Carmilla?
Yes, that's all, since I don't have a bonus action. Unless, of course, I can take opportunity attack on Jormund and finish him off.
You're your turn's done. Who's next?
Me.
Okay, Ursula, you see this chain coming through the door. What do you do?
It's quite crowded, so I'm not actually gonna go in there, but I'm gonna try and shove the dragons away using Gust.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Which one are you going to try and shove? You can see, I will say, you saw the one underneath Yormund is kind of has just tried to snap at Gorm, so you would know that that one's used its reaction meta-wise. Just saying, but yeah, it's up to you which you want to.
Yeah, I guess I'll target the top one then.
Okay, does this actually do damage or no?
No, it's a strength saving throw, and
Okay,
it's
then
effectively a
just-
shove.
Okay, so let's get a 14. I just rolled with the other one because it's the same. But so it does just make it. You see, its wings sort of flap like leaves in the breeze, and it seems like wind,
Giant
not too
Quicken
huge a
spell
problem.
and cast it again.
Okay, yeah, and it's into a much stronger wind. I just cast it again because I can't remake this. Unfortunately not.
Sorry, was that a saving throw against the
Yes.
gust? Sorry, I was on mute. Can I do a silver as a reaction?
Sorry, you broke up there a bit. Were you saying silvery barbs?
Yes, as a reaction to its passing its save.
Okay.
I think you're going to ban the spell pretty soon.
No, not at all. That's what it's for. You've used this to great effect. Brings it down to a 5, which means it does fail. How far does it get pushed?
It's 5 feet, so into the whole area of effect. And then I'm going back through
Okay,
the
you're
door.
pushing. Sorry, what was the last bit?
Then I'm going back through the door to get out of their way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you absolutely help them by getting that dragon off their backs. And then who was after Ursula? Was that
That's
the dragon
Mikhail.
or Mikhail?
So the advantage on the ability saving has Shepard run through the door? No, he hasn't had his turn yet.
Not
he
yet,
get
no.
any-
And the dragon is going to get a turn before him.
All right.
Okay, so advantage to Shepard then on the turn. Right, I'm back on mute. Thanks.
Are we still doing the daisy chaining? Should I put one more link into it?
I mean, they haven't pulled him through yet, so it's
All right,
up to you.
That sounds like an idea.
Let's see if this the last link in the chain can pull them all back.
A dex save, right? Of athletics.
Athletics check.
And then it was a
With advantage and +2 now, I think. Yeah.
okay. Ugh. 14.
Okay, but that. Oh, was that with the +2?
Yes.
Unlucky. Yeah, same thing. You go 5 feet. So Fenya and Gorm, you manage to pull them back through the door, and you pull Yormund right to the edge of the doorway. Yeah. We're just going to flavor it for now. But Yormund, you are right there on Svenya's.
Well, let's see what happens next time.
So yeah, all of you are through the door again now, other than Yormund and Shepard. But Yormund's right on the threshold, and Shepard is getting to his feet. Is that going to be all for you, Mikhail?
Yes.
Okay. So then that is going to take us to the Wormling's turn, who is right next to Shepard and seeing all of this happening. And he is going to attempt another bite attack at Shepard.
Well, I somehow think it's going to hit.
Flagged out.
Oh, that's lucky.
Okay, a 12 misses as he just snaps at Shepard, and yeah, that's it. That's him, and then his buddy up here that used the flame breath last time. This one is going to fly up into the air to over this gravity pull, but they are void dwellers, so okay, so he is going to then get back down, and he's also going to try one more.
Man.
It's just these two on this turn, so let's.
Let's roll an 8 or lower. Well,
Oh.
Okay. You guys see this bite about to land down on Shepard's neck. Has anyone got anything left?
Vanya, please. The barbs of silver.
it's already used.
He can't. I've used my reaction already.
Oh yeah, shit.
Oh, was that this turn? Have you not had your
Uh,
turns?
is
No, it was on the attack on.
Oh, it was
sorry,
on
no,
Ursula's turn.
Ursula's turn. Yes, I haven't had a turn since. I'd love to, but no. Let's see what happens.
Okay. So with that, this thing grabs Shepard by the neck and bites down and just throws Shepard to the floor again with a yelp. And that is the dragon's turn. Yeah, Yeoman, it is your turn. I need you to please roll a death save for both you and Shepard.
I should be able to just roll it from the.
You can roll it from your character sheet.
Ah, there it is.
Okay, successful.
It's not. Can I just roll another
So
one
it's
on
a-
my character?
No, don't. That it'll automatically change that. But
Oh.
just you can just roll a straight d20. I don't think it adds. Does it add a modifier? Does it add your con?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So then
well, that's one.
that is a fail. Okay. Yeah, that's that's Yeoman's turn. Taking us on to the other dragons. Oh my god. This. So this one has just realized Mimir sort of coming up behind it and is successfully intimidated. It is going to fly over Shepard, seeing as the two it can see are technically out. And it's flying back to its mama. As this one is going to join its buddies over here. It is going to make an attack against Shepard as he tries to chow down. Does a 14 hit it?
A 14 would, yeah.
So Shepard fails another death save. Okay. And then the other one that got hit is just flying away completely. It's Mimir. It's gonna fuck. I'm going over there, and then okay, that's all of those. I think I'm not missing any. No, cool. Then at the end of the round, Mimir is going to arrive as this effect. Okay, and as he gets here, oh, he is basically a treant, so he's going to say, "Damn it, you've angered the Nidhogs! Quickly, get out of here!" And he's going to lean over them, and he's going to grab Shepard, and then he's going to, as you guys are trying to pull Yorman through, he's going to throw the wolf at you as if to actually knock you all through the door using Shepard's body, as he is also going to use the animate trees to just start closing that doorway around you to protect you from these creatures. As yeah, he's basically using his rock throw ability, but using Shepard as the rock, and with that, he crashes into you, Yormund. You are the one that he hits, so you are also going to fail a death save as this because it automatically crits anything that hits. So you are on 2 death saves as well as Shepard. But you are all knocked through the door, and we are going to go over there as this door sort of seals up behind you, and you hear Mimir just punching back at these dragons, and you all spill out onto the. Oh, please duplicate all mana with you. Okay, yeah, so I will. Is everyone on the map here? With yeah.
I'm missing because.
Don't worry, I'll pull you over there. It's just your. I mean, your.
Everybody is here, even Wolfield.
Okay, never mind.
So hang on, did Shepard and Yormund fail that last fail from the Mimir
Shepard has
throwing?
2 fails. Yorman has 1 success, 1 fail.
I'm gonna cast.
I don't think you know that.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Shepard.
Oh.
Yes, I'm just looking at the comment that said Shepard had his.
Carmella's reaching. Don't worry about him.
Because
Wait, can I cast Cure Wounds on Shepard?
Yes, you absolutely.
All right.
Okay, and seeing as Svenja is already holding your wings and hands as she casts healing hands on him, and that for that's why did you roll 1d4 stupid machine? That will heal him for 6 points of healing. As the wings sort of just fade back in and turns into energy through her.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that.
I'm trying to move everyone onto the snow, but yes, you have successfully. Yormund, you breathe again, and then how much was that to kill?
Oh.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, did that auto apply? I think
it did.
Okay, so yeah, as you all just come piling out of that door, you guys quickly scramble and make sure that Yorman and Shepard don't die. But as that magical healing takes effect, yeah, we are brought out of combat, and you are back in Broudevik, just underneath the sky tree, not expecting to come so close when you were so near to home, but you are back. It is the middle of the night. I can't seem to get the time to start again, but it is about 7:30, almost 8. And you can hear there is stuff happening in the longhouse. But yeah, you breathe a sigh of relief as you are home, relatively safe, though now Shepard is missing an eye as well.
Twinsies.
Yeah, Yorman, without like really just saying anything, just wakes up, just sits up, and sees top of the shepherd and just Gorn, was it your mother that's like the healer? The town healer?
It is.
Hey, next time, maybe don't pick a fight with a horde of dragons.
He did do
You know,
that.
how
with them.
about next time you don't provoke the dragons and get me restrained before I even start my turn? How about that?
What about just pitting the dragons and getting through?
But no, yeah, Yorman is just going to stand up, just, yeah, he's just gonna walk off towards the healer's hut and just hope she's there.
I'll
Yeah, I mean, if
walk with him.
sorry.
I'm not sure what my mother's like, working hours are, so
If she's not there, she's probably in the longhouse right now, which are, I mean, they're not far away from each other. So, if Yorman starts heading towards that, you would easily be able to call her from inside the longhouse.
I'll go with him, and if we won't find her, I'll head back with him to the longhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would immediately notice as you round the sky tree that there's no one home in the healer's hut. That like there's no lights coming from in there or anything. So you might assume the same thing, Yormund, if you want to just go straight to the longhouse. But otherwise, yeah, you can go and do that.
Make our way into the longhouse.
Okay, so Yormund, are you walking into the longhouse like with Shepard in your arms, kind of thing, or is he walking on his own?
He's walking on his own because I mean technically Shepard's in better shape than Yorman, but yeah, neither is looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, for the drama, you guys are busting in here. Like, no one's seen you in a couple of days, and you're walking in here battered and bleeding and bruised. So, yeah, you'll see a couple of people as you walk in just turn and look with some shock, and you will see immediately coming to rush over towards you guys, trying to figure out if anyone's hurt.
I don't think that's very hard to figure out on some
There
of
are
us.
4 eyes in the party.
Nothing to lose an eye over.
So she's making her way over at this point. You see her making her way across the top side of the room. Are you guys just waiting for her in the entrance, or?
I'm heading towards her.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what happened to your eye?
The weird monk woman hit me pretty hard.
God, are you okay? Are you all? Oh my god! And she sort of looks back at Yormund and Shepard behind you, who fresh out of battle, but yeah, she looks a bit flustered at first, and then she just starts gesturing to the table, like, "Come, please, sit. I will do what I can."
So I'm assuming at this point the entire long staring at this with their mouth.
Oh yeah, you've definitely drawn the attention of everyone in.
So
Yeah, we're-
Svenja would sort of just step up to get the attention away from this thing. Turn to Jarl and say, "My Jarl fought great battles and brought great honor to the tribe and brought back some riches. And I would tell you the tale tomorrow night and be arranged, but ask us no questions right now. We need ale and rest."
Yeah, he will. As you say that, the camera will sort of pan over to the Jarl, and I think that is where we're going to end tonight's session, as Ingrid starts trying to give you guys medical attention, and the Jarl looks quite proud that you have all made it back alive and is very excited to hear your stories. But yeah, I think we'll pick it up again there next week.
Awesome.
Thank you guys
Sick.
very much for the session.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hosting.
Should we figure out what we're doing during the downtime now, or like for
feel
next
like-
Yeah, I think that. So actually, at this point, you guys are going to level up. First of all, you have made it. You've made it back. We'll get to the downtime stuff next week. But if you do have stuff you want to do over downtime, please let me know during the week, and we can, so that I can be prepared, or there may be some things that we can just do out of game.
How
But
much downtime will we have?
yeah, I will let you know that. I was about to say I'll let you know that once I've worked it out. I'll send it on the chat. But yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to carry on forward or not. So I'll tally it all up and let you know what you have. Yeah, how much you've earned. But level up, level 4, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
we can have
go.
level straight 7.
Well, hell, we had to kill a dragon and super monk.
well, we don't know how close we are to level 5, so
Oh, I didn't know we were running XP. I thought we were running milestone.
We are running milestone.
Totally are.
Yeah. So. Okay.
So yeah, you know you're another expedition away from level 5. But yeah, get some downtime first. We'll get some training, and Ursula, too, the question you were asking about the downtime thing, I did look into it, and the rules that you mentioned aren't the ones that we're using, and the ones I said aren't either. The thing I've got here, it's actually like 10 weeks or something, but I'll explain those when we get into the downtime stuff. But yeah, if there's anything you guys do want to do, I think you should have access to a page in the journal section of. Can you see variant and optional rules?
I'll check later.
I just need one person that's on.
Which
check,
one?
because
Which
Is there
tab?
a folder called variant and optional rules?
I don't see one. I see
I'm not even sure where the
DHC, I see
journal section
Svenja's
is.
Saga, I see cooking and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, then.
Yeah, there's crafting, deities, expedition rules, and Svenja's sagas.
Okay, yeah, there is another one, but I think there's some things in there that might be DM only. So let me. Yeah, I'll fix that during the week so that Yeah, but I mean, it's the same sort of things as normal, but we'll get to the downtime stuff properly next week.
Excellent. Thank you, kind sirs, and everyone for playing tonight. And let me go off and go sleep. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I'm also
Bye.
not going to stick around long tonight, so I'm going
Good night.
to say goodbye now. But yeah, if anyone needs anything, send me a message, and
Alright.
I'll
Yep.
sleep.
Will do.
See you, man.
See ya.
Cheers.
See ya.
Like,